You can take an ass to the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
We got trains in there.
Guys, trains. We're doing
New
trains.
engine, trains are working.
I want you to throw the boxing match. That is the spirit of Florstria.
I think you're lying.
You get lion coins.
Game of life
Coffee on
tip.
butter.
It's just generosity.
This sounds like a bloody commie game, mate.
Hold on. Stop learning stuff.
Last time you brought in Think.
You know what?
time.
I take it back.
Step one, buy butter. To Back Pocket Live from the Low-Key Studios and maybe from Fortress, we don't know. This Thursday, the 17th of August, starring tonight, she's the Queen of Chaos who rules a kingdom of little guys with equal measure of love and fear. It's Ruby Innes. Next to Ruby, he's the Prince of Parties, or at least making people coffee at the end of his party so they'll hurry up and go home. It's Peter Burns, and he's the jester who'll dance for coin, and then he'll edit those dances into high-quality social videos. It's William Yates, and he's the wizard that wields his black magic broadcast gear. From behind the scenes, it's Joshua Swift, and is Liam over there too. Hi, Liam. And of course, 'tis I, your king. Kneel down and worship me before eventually usurping me.
Yep.
Treason time.
Treason time. Tonight on the show, we're moving on up, we're moving on out too. Such a terrible song. And then we talk about some very good games. We play some very good games, and then we talk about the most important game of all.
Life.
It's life. It was life.
It was
Pete
life all
ruined
along.
It was life.
I thought it was Pikmin.
Welcome to the show.
I thought it was Pikmin.
It was Pikmin 4 as well. Welcome to the show, everyone. It's going to be a high-energy, crazy one because it's been a fun day. How is everyone?
Good. Yeah, it has been a fun day. We've been in all day.
All day
We shot
together.
some stuff.
We have, because we got kind of early.
Yeah. First thing we did was we can't. Can we talk about it?
We can, but
Should we talk about it?
Should we talk about it? Do we want to?
Would we talk about it? Oh, of course we can talk about it. But would we talk about it?
Should we? Yeah.
What does your heart tell you?
I think
Talk about it.
My heart's open wide. Because I just want to say hello world.
Yeah.
This is me.
That's you.
Right there.
Life should be ooh yeah, fun for everyone.
I think that's a sentiment we can all agree with. That's a sentiment we can all agree with.
I got the chance today to talk to the Saddle Club.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Human beings,
Yeah.
not like the club is not an institution that exists. It was people attached to the TV show The Saddle Club.
Yeah, the Saddle Club. I got the opportunity to talk to two of the lovely girls from the Saddle Club,
Nice.
Sophie and Lara, and it was really, really nice, really fun. Going to be putting out some very cool shit from it. I'm super excited. It was really nice. They were really cute. We did like a little
They were
game.
just fucking stoked to be talking about horses.
Oh my God, they were so excited to talk about horses. And I was like, rate these horses. And they were, for the vast majority of the horses,
They took
were
it very
like,
seriously.
these are very good horses. We love these horses.
Is horse is good.
You measured horses as
Yeah,
well?
so fun fact, you measure the height of horses with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So that their hands high.
Yeah.
Yeah, their hands high. So
We measured everyone.
we measured
in hands
everybody
as well.
with hands.
Excellent.
That's good.
And so the funniest thing of all, I'm terrified of horses.
Yeah, me too.
Geese,
Yeah.
some could say.
And hands.
Have you ridden horses much?
Yes. I've ridden
Rodent?
rodent.
Reed?
No, back.
Rid yourself of
I've
horses.
been on horse.
There
Geese.
it is.
A
I
horse.
like when your grammar gets questionable, you just remove more context around it and revert
it's
to,
okay.
I have been horse.
So I rided multiple heaths.
There it is.
Yeah, good.
And on the heaths, it was fine. It was fun, but I think being next to a horse scares me because not only are they quite muscly, and they're large.
At least 20 hands.
I also I can't kind of figure them out, and if I look them in the eyes, I can't tell what lies behind those
Yeah,
eyes.
they're cold.
And they're
black
kind of
eyes.
cold.
Yeah.
So I get kind of scared about it.
Well, I was
think
telling you
they wanna
today,
eat me.
the first time I went riding on a horse, it galloped and I slid under the saddle.
that's so
Or
scary.
the saddle slid under and I fell off in front of a large group of other people who were older than me when I was 11. And I just that age, I just went, nah, I'm just going to cry my fucking little heart out. I cried so, it was the scariest thing I'd ever done. So next time I went riding, I asked for the slowest, lamest, most close to death horse they had.
Wow.
It was a grey horse called Pepsi. Who's very, very, very dead by now, but was a wonderful
Rest in
ride
peace,
when I-
Pepsi.
Love donkeys though.
Yeah.
Have you ridden a donkey?
I'd love to.
You can
An ass.
You can take an ass to the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
I've heard that.
You can quote me on that.
You been?
Awesome.
No, but you can take one on a trail down, and that's you do ass donkey riding. I went all the way to Cotton of Arms
Oh,
ass
dear
riding.
God.
And we're back down there.
Yeah. Dig
horse.
up.
No, I was just thinking about the fact that whenever I watch fail videos with my dad, it's like, haha, it's so funny, everyone getting hurt. And then a horse pops up and he's like, you can't trust him.
Interesting.
No, it's
Trust
so
them.
true.
Really?
though.
Anything happens with a horse, he's like, oh, this is not cool.
So
I-
the same wavelengths as Ruby.
Yeah.
I can
Interesting.
totally understand and respect.
Yeah.
Do not give them your
But
bank details.
the way Will tells it, there was laughter.
Horses
and,
will
Yeah,
scam
But
you.
there was laughter and joy in the shared looking on
just
the phone
goes.
that dropped to
Yeah.
fear and anger and accusatoriness
Yeah.
of.
But I
no.
actually totally get it because I was back when I was in uni, and so I would go up north a lot, like North Sydney, and I'd go
Up north sounds like you're going to Cape York.
And then he just went, you know what? No, just over
I
the
went to
bridge.
ride.
Yeah. Yeah. So and so I'd
That's where you ride
go
horses.
to the Macquarie Centre a lot. And then there was one day where I wasn't at uni, but then suddenly there were multiple charges on my card. And someone had taken out, I think, $600 out of my account, and I had just been paid.
Don't fucking tell me it was a horse.
And you're not
It
going to
was
believe
Mr.
it.
Ed.
It was a horse.
It was Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
He's
You
still
know what the
kicking.
crazy thing
That's the problem
was?
with
No, wait.
horses.
Well, how is this relevant to horses? Actually,
Well, it was a horse, and
you
the
can't-
crazy thing was
no.
so it
on,
was
did someone say-
yeah.
Someone say they were trustworthy?
So they weren't. I mean, they're stealing money from me, but the crazy thing was when they caught the horse, they actually let me take it out the back and turn it into glue.
Oh my god. Jesus
Hello,
Amazing.
Christ.
Hello, world.
And we put her in charge of talking to the Saddle
Yeah.
Club. Those will be up as socials soon. So yeah, and potentially the whole chat you had with them as well, not including the glue conversation.
Right then, yeah.
Yeah. But we're going to put that up at some point, potentially on the Patreon as well. So go get behind that.
That
if
was
you
like
want
a
to hear
Billy
Ruby's-
Madison level story of like, we were all dumber having heard that.
So many details. Ever since we let you get away with that one lie in that segment,
Yeah.
you are just like now bringing those stories to every episode.
I think it's important to
Don't tell
tell
another
stories
story.
that aren't true. Like this one time.
No.
Absolutely.
But as we mentioned, we're going to have some guests on shortly, and then we're going to talk about some games and that kind of stuff. But has anyone else been doing anything of excitement?
Yeah, you're not gonna believe.
Oh my god! Anyone else?
Literally anyone else. We've had a busy week, low key.
It's
Yep.
been busy.
We've
A lot of filming.
post-production's been working hard, but we filmed over the last couple of days as well.
We filmed with
working
animals.
with animals. In the last couple of weeks, we've shot with animals and children, which is just
Equally as difficult to work with. I know there's the famous
Yeah.
saying, but
Yeah.
You know
like,
what they say?
you put them in a room
They're
together.
the two easiest things to work with.
well, that's the thing
My
is they
goodness.
are both incredibly difficult for very different reasons, though.
Yeah.
And so if you've got them both in the same environment, it's not that they both run around and are distracted. The animals run around and don't pay attention. The kids are hyper chatty and extra like levels of just obnoxious. And put that together. I hope they're not watching. And put that together
What,
on one
dogs?
shoot. The kids.
kids?
I don't know.
I mean,
And
they
it was a day.
I hope the kids aren't watching
I
this.
hope
should
so.
be.
I hope
Subscribe to
the
the Patreon.
If they have, yeah. But,
Hey kids, want to learn about some fucked up shit?
we definitely had
I'm
some
going to show you how to
moments.
use a gun.
Horse scams.
And then take drugs. No.
No.
We don't do that.
You
That didn't
had to
happen.
pull
Twitch.
some of them out from under a couch. I won't say whether it was kids or animals, but yeah, it was an
Yeah.
interesting couple of days nonetheless. And
been
we're
good fun.
fucking tired. Yeah, it's
No,
fun.
It's been exhausting, but
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, we'll share those stories in more detail when the work has gone out, and we're not going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
We won't get in trouble because now it's time to move on with not so much a little bit of backup, but Peter, what would you call it?
A little bit of chat up.
Ooh, but it's the same.
The cards are the
The
same.
card's the exact same.
It's the same card.
Runs into a man named Chad.
Chat up.
A little bit of chat up.
We should put Chad Pockety there.
We should have.
The mugs have
disappointing.
gone out.
Oh,
People
yeah.
love them.
Did you guys like the mugs?
The merch has gone
I
out.
was so proud of that picture.
It looks very good. We'll
I made him look super hunky for everybody.
For those who don't know,
Yeah.
the merch tier was a mug with Chad Pockety, which is that beautiful. It was like the first one you drew. Chad Pockety, ripped Chad Pockety, telling us to
Yeah.
drink up, babe.
Drink up, babe. The original one was going to be It's My Piss. And then I was like, that's a bad idea. Sorry. I'm on one
You're
tonight.
not sorry.
aren't I?
You're not sorry. Peter, who are we chatting to?
Unbelievable. Well, first off, we got to say we're doing a little bit of chat up because of EvilSpyBoy. Thanks to EvilSpyBoy. So if you can exclamation marks.
Oh.
What was
We
that?
should know what's coming
Was
every
that
week.
jitterbug?
We
Yeah,
want that
Do you
hit
want
me
it
again.
again?
Yeah.
Hang on. Maybe it was quiet in the studio. Let me
Hit
turn
me
this
again.
up.
Give it again.
You ready?
Yeah.
You're not ready.
Yo-ho.
Oh, I love that.
Very good.
Perfect. Little bit of chat up brought to us by EvilSpyBoy, exclamation mark SpyBoy in the chat. And donate to foodbank.org.au like EvilSpyBoy does and to help Food Bank Australia. Tonight, we're not doing a news piece. We're fortunate enough to have some of the premier developers of the country, SMG Studio, who've just released Moving Out 2.
Nice.
Coming on the show to chat to us. So very pleased to introduce Ashley Ringrose, founder of SMG Studio, and Dave Lockman, senior game designer. Gents, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Hey!
Thanks for having
Hello.
us. No horses. There's no horses in Moving Out too as well.
Oh, thank God.
really?
Thank
all
you
got
so
the-
much.
Yeah.
That was actually going to be our
but
first
every-
question,
Ruby-
so I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there were any horses, we would have ended the call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you the floor, guys. The game's just come out. How are you feeling?
Good.
I'm feeling
I
great.
think the
It's really good.
reviews have gone well, and I think and there hasn't been a huge amount of bugs as well, so that's good. We haven't had to run. We did a lot of patches before release.
That's unusual in the development scene. Is that what you're implying?
Well, there's a lot. I did a lot of QA and a lot of testing, but yeah, we had the the day 0 patch, the day 1 patch, and then the hot fix all done by launch.
Huge.
Solid.
Congrats.
And what's the response been like?
It's been great. I can't hear a word Ash is saying, so if I
Oh,
repeat anything he's saying,
I'll fix that. 2
apologize.
secs. 2 secs, mate.
That's getting sorted.
Is that your excuse just in general, Dave, when working with Ashley? It's like, I went my own way with this one. I just couldn't hear a thing he
Actually,
was
I
saying.
didn't hear a word.
But yeah, Dave, how's the response been since launch?
It's been amazing seeing all the
know.
reviews and all the players, just especially the players, just giving their feedback. That's the big one. Just seeing little tidbits that we put in, little gags, and seeing them realize that, and just point it out. We look at this thing for 3 years and we don't know if it's good or not, and then seeing people be like, "Hey, I saw that goose come out," you'd be like, "Cool, that's cool."
Yeah.
Dave, as the lead game designer, senior game designer on it, what's new about Moving Out 2 that people who've played Moving Out are going to enjoy?
Well, the big one's online. That's the big one. So people can play cross-play with their friends on any console, which is really cool. But the big one for us was we got to spend a lot of time in the early months just throwing things at the wall. Our game is like a sandbox, and we got to just go in there and be as silly as we want. Ash is really, really cool with us, just finding the fun and being as wacky as we can. So we do that. We find things that are silly and fun, and then we actually try and make it work in a game. So we've got lots of mechanics. We've got 4 different realms that you can go to. There's different game modes, and yeah, it's it's got a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, also,
It's very-
go ahead, Ash.
I
Yeah.
was just gonna say the trailer's showing a few of them. We've got like portals, we've got slingshots. There's a little bit of sorting involved as well, so it's not just move A to B. We have like different movables that need to be sorted. So we have it at farm level where it's like put certain animals in certain ones. So yeah, it was fun kind of like thinking how we can kind of like evolve the game and not just have the same game again.
Yeah, totally. What's it been like for you guys? Obviously, Moving Out was a massive hit as well. That came out in 2020, I think. And yeah, what's it been like to be around this space where suddenly this genre, I guess you could call it, of these like chaos physics party games, your Overcooks, your Gang Beasts, your party animals,
Human
like
Fall Flat.
to be Human Fall Flat, all that stuff. I mean, you could even say Fall Guys. That kind of like, what have you guys been taking from those games, or like sort of enjoying, like seeing that genre take off as this, I guess, couch co-op, or as you say, online now. What's it been like making another game in that series, knowing that there is a lot out there now in that genre?
We played to our strengths. We like I'm a fan of a lot of games. I play all those games. I love them, and I take inspiration from all of those games. But Moving Out 1, we built, like I said, we built like this sandbox of we could do so much that we really just tried to focus on what we learned from the first game and what we could improve and add to make it feel new, but still, be the same Moving Out gameplay. To be honest, I don't really compare it to much. I don't try to do that. I take inspiration from things, but I couldn't give you like one example because it just all kind of blends in. So
Yeah, sure. Was
Yeah,
there? I mean,
we're conscious. Sorry, I was going to say we are conscious to not try and have too many. We have some more platformy type moving levels, and so we don't want it to be like it's just a Fall Guys type level. So we try and add our own spin to it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the first game was like mostly standard neighborhood, like stereotypical neighborhood, and a house moving simulator, playful simulator. Then the Movers in Paradise DLC pushed into something a little more playful with the island setting. Was it that experience that kind of opened up the studio to going, you know what, we should be going crazy into the fantastic here?
Yeah, we thought about going in. We thought about going in time, like it was like Movers in Time, but we realized you're still limited to like the real world, so it'll just be like old timey
moving 50s
trains
furniture.
moving 50s, and so and back in I think it was like 2021 when we were concepting, like there wasn't as many multiverse type media out there. So but I think like maybe like everyone, the multiverse just gives you, it's like you get out of jail free card where it's like, I'd love to have something set in a candy land or dinosaur world. The multiverse just lets you have that. So we wanted a game that we could, if we have an idea, we can just make it work. And the different dimensions or realms allowed us to kind of just have that without having to, really justify why it exists. It's like, because they went into a different dimension. Problem solved, So.
Yeah. Was that liberating, Dave?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We just make silly things and then tell the artists and the writers to make it make sense. As you can see, there's like a wrecking ball on the screen right now. We didn't have a wrecking ball in mind. We were just like, let's make a thing that smashes stuff.
Do you guys, and Dave, this goes to the game design, speaking of like those, as I said, those other sort of party games where like chaos is a lot of the time the goal, creating it that it is teamwork. Like there is a large part about the Moving Out series is about having to work together within all of these crazy factors. Where do you guys draw the line between when something is fun in the game or it is just too chaotic and it's crazy, creating too much crazy?
We do a lot of play testing, so we do cross that line quite a bit, and then we dial it down. Is the main thing. So the play testers at the start, they have to kind of deal with the rough chaos versions, and then it's easier to dial things down than it is to dial them up. So we kind of lean on the crazy chaotic things, like really heavy, and then push it down a notch.
Yeah.
We're sending out the codes to the playtesters, like because they're in the credits, and we sent out the codes, and it was like, these went back to like January, February 2020, 22, like a year and a half ago, and we were doing like almost tests for a year and a half, just every weekend, 2 or 3 tests. And I think that's the big secret there is just you put something out there and you can see how people play with it, and that kind of really lets you hone the levels and kind of tune them. So, and the levels are fun, kind of even in grey box form. So, I think we watched a video that Valve do a lot of this kind of playtesting, and as we're watching, it's like, oh, it's almost exactly what we do. Just that regular play, not QA, not trying to bug test, just literally just play. We have them record the screen and their audio, and we watch back.
Yeah, cool.
So it's very different than QA.
Yeah, it's not that you're getting like data back on where people ran or anything. You're watching their gameplay and seeing their perspective and the decisions they made kind of from their own perspective. That's a cool way to.
And they're not like QA testers. They're just regular players that are fans.
Regular
so
schmucks.
they don't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You said yes.
Some of the opinions can,
We do have some like game design students testing, and then they're trying to like break the game. We're like, no, we don't want you to try and find the broken walls or stuff like that'll happen naturally. Just play as you would, and like we either get their video or we at least ask for the audio, because a lot of times that really adds probably 50% of what's happening, because they'll be saying something like, okay, go over here, or I don't know what's happening, and that really leads more than just watching how they move. So I mean, every game dev I talk to, just in terms of like when they're making the game, like, can you give me any feedback? The first one is always just get it into the hands of as many people as possible and just watch them play. Don't, because some people say like, oh, I have them play and fill out a form, and they don't even get the gameplay footage. Like, that doesn't help at all, really. It's just like, because was the game, how fun was the game? 7. Like, it doesn't tell you.
We're on a 7, guys. We're doing it.
7.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Gus brought up earlier, the first game came out in 2020. So most of the development, I imagine, was done before the pandemic hit. You released in April of 2020. This game has been developed through the pandemic. How different was that for you and the team? Ash, you want to start?
We all pretty much remote. So Lisa was one of the first one of the teams. Like, hey, I think we should maybe just work from home, maybe for like a week or 2 weeks or a month. And then it's like, yeah, that's probably safer than getting on public transport. And then maybe like 3 months in, I was like, hey, Lisa, I think it's going to take like maybe a year or something. This was in 2020. And she's like, really, that long? And we've kind of embraced it. It's a double-edged sword. It was much easier, kind of just wrangling people for testing. And sitting there and watching them when we had the office, but we had time to adapt. But yeah, it was I think just the communication and feedback loops sometimes are a little bit longer, but because we already had a good working relationship, I think we made it work. But yeah, I'd love to like snap fingers and just teleport to the office and then snap fingers and go home when needed. But we made it work.
Yeah, totally. Dave, did it change the way you worked with the team under you as well?
It was a big change, because we were used to, I'd sit next to Brody, who's the other senior designer, and we were the only designers on Moving Out too, so it was just the two of us sitting next to each other. Behind us was the artists, and to the right of us was the programmer. So if we needed anything, we'd just be like, hey, yo,
roll the chair over.
Yeah, and so like adjusting to doing that online, someone might be in the shower or like getting a delivery or something like that.
Riding a horse. Like fighting one.
But then we just adapted. We just started sharing our screen, and there was definitely a learning curve.
And are you still working with the team of DevM team in Sweden? And you worked with them on Moving Out 1. So there was already like a bit of an established remote satellite working relationship with them.
Yeah, and Jon's, because he's solo and he's in Sweden, I think I don't know what time frame or sleep pattern he had for the first game, because and for the second game he kind of took a little bit more of a backseat so he could probably like sleep at normal hours. Because it's very easy to forget that someone's in Sweden and you're like messaging them and you're like, hey, what? Oh, it's 4 a.m. there. Sorry, I didn't realize. But like that's from a solo dev, and we were kind of co-dev together. It kind of worked. But Yeah, I think when you have one or two, like same with a sound person, remote work with them. But yeah, like we did miss that really organic, quick feedback loop. Just having someone like, oh, what about this? And you can solve problems really easily. Whereas now it has to be a little bit more formal. It's like, oh, let's jump in a huddle. We're on Slack. Let's make it happen. Versus just grabbing people. So yeah, it was probably like hard mode. I made yeah, making games in hard mode.
Yeah. I was going to ask as well about was there like obviously you had DLC for the first game, and was there ever a point where you're like, all right, we're working on the next DLC for moving out, and then suddenly it became, hang on, we're making something a little bit bigger than DLC, or was there just you knew that you were going to support moving out one for X amount of time, and it was like, all right, it's time to start from scratch, rebuild, go hard on number 2?
Yeah, it was definitely that. We did the DLC almost as for the first game, almost as like decompression time to go, okay, what can we fix on the process and learn? And with the second game, because we had it online, there was a lot more. Everything basically had to be rebuilt. So Dave and Brody were working in the original engine, making ideas for mechanics, and then Steve was just starting to rebuild, the engine. So it was literally a hard stop of like, okay, we need to, look at it freshly and what are we going to do mechanics wise, and then what does that lead us to, art and design wise and stuff. So yeah, it was a hard cut. It wasn't a let's just make another, or this DLC is too big. It was an actual decision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wild. And again, like the game looks fantastic. The response has been really positive, and it looks like you guys have thrown a lot more into this one than the previous as well. Is there something that, as you mentioned, Dave, even you were saying, finding lots of new things to add? And is there something you're particularly proud of in this one, starting with you, Dave, that is in the game that you're stoked about, that you're really pleased you got to put in this one?
Yeah, I did for Movies in Paradise. I did a lot of the wind levels that were in there, and I thought they were okay, but I wanted to expand a lot on that. So I've got a couple levels in Moving Out 2 that I did that they tested really well and were really fun. So it was really satisfying to see that. There's one called Gassy Grove where you just fly around the map together, and yeah, that's something I was really, really happy that I got to flesh out and put in there.
Yeah, nice.
As for the new stuff, we got trains in there, so we did a fair few train levels.
Just that's it, just trains. You just like, you were in a meeting,
yeah.
you were pitching Moving Out to it, and you're like, you had your hand up the whole time. They're like, Dave, we're going to get to you. It's just like, guys, trains. We're doing
New
trains.
engine, trains are
That's
working.
pretty
We're
much
doing
how
go hard on trains.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went. And
You realise
the tank engine.
We now have our audience watching this and loving the chance to get to see you guys, but they're going to play the game and just get to those train levels and think, good on you, Dave. Good on you, Dave. The trains are here.
It's working.
Cool.
It is funny as game devs, like how you get like we have to get trains back in. Like, can we get slingshots to work? We couldn't get it to work in the first one. Oh, we did. And you look at the amount of code needed for that slingshot, and you're like, wow, that's not as simple. Everyone talks about the door thing, like, oh, doors are no, slingshots are harder than a door. I can tell you that. So.
You've thrown down the gauntlet now. Game devs out there and in the chat, make a slingshot.
Yeah, prove your worth.
we put new doors in though, and we're pretty excited
we did.
about that.
We were really getting on the hype about the slingshots. They're like, let's not overlook the doors, guys. They were hard.
They're good doors. They're good doors. I mean, they're an important part of moving out. The doors are getting in the way of all of the stuff you're trying to move around.
As Dave said, we just have ones that, like, there's one-way doors. There's doors you can only go through one way, and even just that simple tweak, makes levels a little bit more like puzzle-like and interesting. So, and we have doors that have a topper, so you can't bring tall items through. So we were trying to again challenge ourselves, like, we just something simple as changing a door. How does that make the level? How does that mechanic work in a level? So
Totally.
yeah, doors are fun.
And is there anything, Ashley, yourself, that you're particularly proud of in this one, or that you're just stoked you got to finally get to see in this game?
I'm stoked by the whole look and feel of it because we got all the different dimensions. I got in my like quick little joke at the end, which is tied to an achievement, and we've had a few people say like, I still don't get this achievement. I'm like, at the end we take a joke way too far than you'd ever think we would, and you can blame me for that, but that's why that achievement's really hard. So it's the don't get off the train achievement, and that's one of those ones where it's like, can we just sneak this stupid joke in and then take it too far, and then we're able to squeeze it in. So I like those little things, and even the story, work with Scott, who's an advertising writer, and we put a lot of puns in, and it's always like, no, just more puns, just go hard, like it's just go as silly as you can. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm just used to everything being toned down. It's like, I don't know, dial it up. So
even
just
like
happy we're able to
right from the start of the first game, Fart being the company that you're working for, it was like,
You gotta
I'm in for
I
this
saw
tone.
that and I was like,
I'm in for this tone.
that's good.
But I do love that Ashley's the father of the eye roll inducing achievement that comes up. You're like, oh, I get it. And you're like, that's you. We have to thank for that. So.
Yeah. And fart's why we have crude humor on the warnings. It's always
that's
like,
just...
it's like, oh, it's
What
great for
region
kids.
finds that?
What kind of crude humor?
Yeah, what region finds that crude? That's just
Australia and the US. It's very. You tick a box. It's like, is there anything? Are there any references to bodily functions? And you're like, yeah, but you're already over.
And as someone who is moving out too.
Oh, you are?
Because I got evicted.
Yeah.
Would you say that moving out too is a statement about the current housing crisis and the never-ending saga of renters being evicted from their homes? Sorry.
what is your position?
No. I hope renters treat the houses like they do in moving out, and throw those couches through the window. I'm going through that now, so they can throw.
Reach.
So
much
honestly,
love, guys.
For moving out one, we originally were going to have a little bit more of a snarky undertone of you're moving out furniture out of a tech startup that went out of business, and are you stealing the things or not? But we decided to always be on the really positive side of things. So moving out to is not a statement on that, but but maybe we should make a little protest game spin off and be like,
it's just, if anything, it's a tool to vent your frustration. It's not directly tied to what's happening, but if you feel the need, Ruby, either around before you move or just to get a little vent some frustration, get in there and throw a couch around and ride a train.
And pour oil into the train.
No. Positive.
Sorry, go back. I didn't say that.
The horse did it.
It was the horse.
Untrustworthy.
I can't wait for Moving Out 3, the dark and gritty reboot, where it's just too real, man.
Moving Out 3, this time it's personal. Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys. We really appreciate you joining us to talk more about Moving Out too.
Yeah,
congrats.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we love. Yeah, I mean, I'm just blown away by the production of Back Pocket, and it's a great vibe. So we're really happy to be on.
Oh, God.
We're looking
Thank you
forward.
for your time.
We're going to be playing the game a bit later in the episode, so feel free to watch,
Awesome.
and we'll leave you some feedback.
Let us know if we're playing it wrong.
If you've got any forms to fill out, just shoot them across. We'll sevens across the
You'll
board.
get some emails.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Dave.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks,
Cheers.
Ashley.
Shouts out.
See you guys.
Bye.
And now, I think it's about time for what we've been playing this week.
Not?
All right.
Ooh.
What we've been playing this week, baby, is sponsored by Love of My Life, Nicrotex. It's presented by, not sponsored by. Sponsored by?
Bit of both.
Yeah.
This one comes
We
to
could
you-
never land on that. We kept changing it too many times. It says presented. We'll stick with that.
Presented, sponsored. Each week we read an I'm not saying that, tweet from Nicrotex. Someone wrote X here. I'm not
Who
reading
changed it to X?
I did.
Ew!
You're such a
this
Elon
guy
simp.
stinks!
Elon simp.
I did it to 3, you guys.
Now, my lovely friend Nicrotex has not been tweeting, which, look, you know what, babes, you're busy. You're working on you're working on your shit. I get it. So fair. So I went back in time, and I specifically looked up piss. I went at Nick Belling piss because I wanted to find a piss tweet, and I found one.
Not just one.
I found the best one. I found a good one, so I'm gonna read it for you now.
Go for it.
Ever had a spider drop from the ceiling onto your shoulder while you're doing a piss? It turns out this is an excellent way to get piss absolutely everywhere. Wow.
Goddamn right.
And you know what?
Well done.
I am actually, like, I think it's a beautiful tweet, but I also appreciate it as a word of advice because I often wonder when I'm pissing, how can I make this everywhere more? You know what I mean?
What's the easiest path to that?
Yeah. How can I make this everywhere more piss on my everything?
I want to focus on the spider because I think that's the detail I'd like to.
What kind of spider?
That's well, I'm just curious, like what kind of spider drops? Like it'd have to be a huntsman or something to really give you the willies.
Maybe it was just
To
sneaky.
feel it, yeah.
Funny that.
Like
yeah.
because
Have some
a
weight.
daddy long legs or a little something small, you're
I
not
think
really
it
gonna
could have
notice.
been any spider. Maybe it just fell asleep and forgot
That it was
To
upside
hang
down.
that
Yeah.
it was
on.
up.
Yeah.
Is that what they do? They just
Sometimes, like did you know that sloths, they'll be holding onto
Is this
the
real?
tree and then they'll fall asleep and then just
pay
drop and die?
And then they won't pay their taxes, and that's why
Yeah.
they get called by the ATO.
So I think that was a real
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Oh, that was a real
I
one?
think that might have
Was
been.
that
a
a
real
real
Oh,
one.
that
one?
was true.
I'm not
No,
sure.
I said a real fact.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was a
okay.
real one.
I think it's the same with koalas as well.
no, they're stoned
Yeah,
No, but they drop down and die.
and they have
and have
chlamydia.
chlamydia.
And they have
And they have
chlamydia.
chlamydia.
Just like spiders.
Thanks, Nicrotex, for sponsoring what we've been playing.
Thank you, Nicrotex. I think it's about time we start talking about freaking video games. I'm gonna
think it's
throw
time
it
we
over to my
start.
best friend in the whole wide world, Gus.
Hey, you like piss?
Excuse me.
Well, you're not going to find it in this game. I got access to the. Don't act confused. You throw more weird curveballs than that. I got
segue.
access to the closed beta of a game called Palia. Or
Palia.
I'm yet to work out how to pronounce
Impalia.
it. But Impalia, I barely
Impalia.
know her, is a cozy MMO. It is an MMO that is conflict-free. It is your Stardew Valleys. It's your Animal Crossings, all wrapped up in a kind of traditional MMO-style third-person game. I saw a couple of tweets about this and thought, this looks nice. And I dove in to see what it's all about. And I'll say off the top that there's not a lot of game here.
A lot of MMOs is killing boars.
Well, that's kind of it. The best thing about an MMO is the grind. And the grind here is shifted from going out and finding enemies to harvest. What am I thinking of? What's the word?
Kill.
Kill. Thank you. You do still kill things in this game, but
okay.
it is all for the betterment of your abode. So the game begins. You're a human who
use those
lands.
words?
The betterment of the abode.
It kind of is. It's
Yeah.
a very positive and, again, very cozy kind of game that's all about a positive lifestyle. You land in this fantasy world as a human. You then discover the people of the world are these kind of like generic elf, purple, orc people. They look like, was it Unbound? What was that Pixar one that was pretty average with Tom?
Oh, yeah, Onward.
I'm
Onward.
Onward.
Onward. They all look like characters from that. They're not really any fantasy character. They're just kind of an amalgamation of a few of them.
Yeah.
There is a light story here. You turn up and it's that thing of they're wondering where you came from, and you get to meet the townsfolk in this cute little sort of Disneyland style village, and you meet all these NPCs that send you out on tutorials that are wrapped up as sort of side quests that are wrapped up with some light storytelling elements to them. But essentially, you've got about 2 hours here of the onboarding of the game, of learning all the crafting mechanics, the tool building, the mini games, and all of that in this one big instance. What you're looking at here is me in the open world section of it, but very quickly you're given a little plot of land that is an extra loading screen away. So that is just you in your own little instance there. So everyone has that little plot of land. And a big part of this game is all about everything you are doing, everything you are collecting is leading towards earning elements that you can put towards your house. Because it is, I think, much like an Animal Crossing, it's all about how house proud you can be building this cute little space. The problem there for me is that there's not really a lot that drives that goal. It's like, it looks nice. There's not a lot of functionality in the house. I played about 5 hours of it. I built the basic sort of shape of my house and I put some items in there. But beyond that, it was sort of like, there's not much here apart from just going, look how cute my house is, which is kind of your Animal Crossing vibes. The MMO aspect of it, I'm not really sure. You can see here there's some basic kind of like Minecraft, like you have a net, there's smoke bombs to catch bugs.
Okay.
You can just pick that up.
You could have, but you have to throw a smoke bomb at it. There's a fishing rod, there's a bow and arrow to hunt fantasy creatures that you harvest their pelts and things from. There's an axe that you chop down trees. There's a pickaxe that you do, mine from, and you can only mine certain objects. You need the better axe to mine the bigger elements.
Classic.
That is always addictive. Don't get me wrong. In any game that I can't cut that tree down until I get the better.
Is good.
Yeah.
Oh, it rocks.
I need the better axe to cut down that one tree is always rather compelling. Even just on a kind of like, sorry?
Can't swim?
Can't swim.
Can't swim.
But again,
you can't swim?
No, you just sort of drop into the water and fade to black. Like real life. The MMO aspect of it, I didn't really understand because it has that thing that some MMOs have, which is just you're playing a single player game with other people running around you doing the same thing. Interactions I couldn't see were much beyond stopping and turning at someone and looking at them running it the opposite way on the pathway and doing that little dance of, are you typing in global chat? Are you doing that one emoji? And off we go.
Yeah.
There's no shared tasks. Like obviously in MMOs, you're going and you might be killing a big enemy together.
Yeah.
Or
Not that I could see in sort of the first 6 or so hours. There is the only thing I could find was there is again trying to promote. I think the message of this game is great. There's like, it says at the start, like, this is all about positivity. It's all about helping everyone. Every NPC you meet is sort of happy and high-spirited. And one of the things you do is you can put requests for items on the global sort of menu. So you can say, I really need some copper. And you'll put a little request up there. And if someone has extra copper, it'll just get shipped to your mailbox. And you'll get it and it'll say, thanks to Peter Burns.
do you trade cash back or anything?
No.
It's
just generosity. Now, here's the
this
thing.
sounds like a bloody commie game, mate.
Well, here's the thing. So I put a request in.
Socialism now.
Your
Socialism,
copper is
baby.
my copper? I don't think so.
So I made a request for copper, and lo and behold, Peter, a little bit of copper landed in my mailbox.
That's really cute. I really like
And
that.
I thought, look at this. Here's a
Yeah.
game that's about positivity, that's about sharing, that's about promoting good-spiritedness in video games. And then I got a quest that said you can only finish this quest by filling out people's requests. And I was like, oh, it's just a mechanic. Someone had to do this so they could progress in the game.
Be kind 6 times today to continue.
Exactly. It was that.
guess.
But there's nothing wrong with this game. It is still, it's still fun in a very light-hearted way. In a sort of like, oh, I had a Sunday where I had some time to kill, and I just ran around doing some very menial tasks.
Is it simple enough for like babies first kind of thing? Or
I think so. Yeah. Like I would say it's a junior level. I mean. Minecraft does everything here better.
Yeah.
The building included. I will say the only thing I'm confused about at this point, because it's a closed beta, I'm assuming it's a free-to-play game when it comes out. I don't know that for sure.
Well, Dichotic has made an interesting point in the chat. I saw someone streaming it, and when they built a house, as opposed to the tent, they had to wait 8 hours of real time.
So,
that
Josh,
sounds like a mobile
if you're able to scrub to potentially the last sort of minute or so of this clip, you'll see me. This is me heading to the instance where, 8 hours for my house. This is my little area here where I've got this little plot of land and I'm clearing
I
it.
hate real-time stuff.
Well, that's what I thought as well. I mean, I did have to make a bunch of planks and bricks by putting raw items into a furnace and a lumber mill, and that has a little counter on it, but that's Minecraft. That's always been the thing. It's like, go do some tasks while you wait for all this stuff to happen. Yeah. And this was so I had enough pieces of lumber and bricks to build my house, which I'd got a blueprint for. Once that was done, and that was a couple of hours of waiting for these things to tick away, I threw the resources into the house, and bang, I was hit with an 8-hour wait time, with no way, at least in this beta, to speed that up. Now, the other menus just seem to have cosmetics for real-world money. There didn't seem to be any way to buy tokens to speed up or anything like that. But you're right, it did send off a warning bell about this is what you would see in a mobile game.
buy blue gems to
Exactly.
speed it up.
Go a bit faster.
But I didn't even see menus for currency or anything like that. So
That's 'cause it's in closed
I
beta.
wonder if it's. I hope that it's just a thing there to say, hey, go do other stuff. Like, don't get fixated on just the building. Go do the story missions.
Is there enough? Because that's the thing with mobile games. It's like when you get to that point of a time where it's like there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
It's like-
I would say that there is a little single player mission with a character that's like, come and find these ruins, and there's puzzles and some stuff you can do. So I have hope that it's potentially saying this is a way for you to shut up. Is that what we're saying? Shut up?
Yeah.
We're saying shut up. This is a way for you to like go and explore the rest of the game, and I wouldn't put it past a game like this to say that's a mechanic they have here.
Yeah.
So to be like, hey, we want you to eat, they might even say, put the game down, have a rest, do the Nintendo Wii of like go have a break outside.
Next
like,
to be happy. I mean, maybe it's be happy, but it's like go outside for a day.
maybe
That's an
touch some real
achievement.
grass.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe that's part of it. It does seem to
It'd be
like.
so funny if this game was like really nice, really wholesome and lovely, and then out of nowhere, there's just this one fucking moment
Predatory.
where it's like you have to do something, you have to wait, and then like a thing just comes up and says, "Go outside, fuckwit." It's like,
shit.
okay,
Whoa,
hostility
okay.
over here.
See this? See what you're doing? Do it for real now.
Yeah.
People are calling out My Time in Porsche, and I've seen Dreamlight Valley as well
Yep.
come
Oh,
up.
my time at Porsche's. I'll be honest. When I first played my time at Porsche, I was not a huge fan. I played it on Switch, and when it came out on Switch, it was clunky as hell.
Yeah.
But then a while later, I played it on PC. And it was a completely different experience.
And that's a fleshed
and it
out
was
single player
fantastic.
game. Like that's made as a full price game. Whereas I think, yeah,
it
here,
feels like this though.
Okay. Again, I think there's good stuff in here, but I'd be curious to know how they integrate the multiplayer because that's what I was interested with. I wanted to see other people's houses. I wanted to build and see my plot in a neighborhood, that kind of thing. From what I can tell, there's a bit of a rating system on like how well you decorate your house. The NPCs want you to like to become a citizen, you have to pass a test, and part of that is how well and how beautiful your house is. I'm pretty sure that'll just come down to like how many items have you got. I don't think they're going to look at it and be like, those festoon lights shouldn't go there. They'll be like, you've just bought enough shit. You're past and you're in. But again, there's nothing to do with the bed. You can't sleep on it and pass the time. You just jump on it.
And so, like, and forgive me if I miss this, but you're working towards making your house better, but functionally you're building farmland and stuff. Like, what's like how are you
What's
building
the
progress?
end
You're
goal?
fishing and stuff. Like, obviously, I saw 101. Like,
you've got this little box here, which is your Harvest Moon style. Dump everything in it, and at the end of the day, it'll all get sold, and you'll get cash.
Sure, yeah.
So that's probably what the promoting
so
farming
it's just
is
do
for.
stuff for cash to
Yep.
then spend on your house.
To buy
That's
blueprints,
progress.
to
Yep.
build
Okay.
and expand. And from what I can tell, like the art style's cute. It's very rounded and Pixar-ish. Like the town is cute. The NPCs do move around on a schedule, which was actually really refreshing. It wasn't like going and seeing vendors standing in their one spot all the time in MMOs. I'd be like, that guy, the little bug catching guy, has gone running around the village. I have to go find him to hand my quest in.
Can you kiss a little purple freak?
Well, no, I don't think you can. I don't
Well,
think,
I like this.
I don't want to kiss no one.
No, Peter's liking what he's seeing.
I'm like, what is it?
I thought it was milk for a
that might seem
second.
ridiculous that I like what I'm seeing here, but I
No,
just
it
thought
looks
it was going to
great.
be a little bit tiled, and I mean it is tiled obviously, but in like a Farmville way of like
Sure.
you don't functionally do anything. The fact that you're sweeping this tile, but you're controlling where you're sweeping. At
That's
least you're
crazy.
like, and like the fishing as well. At least you're doing something.
The farming would be, I think, the most interesting part. It's just very slow to grow anything. The day-night cycle is, I would say, a little too slow. And I think, yeah, there's a lot of time invested in this to make that beautiful farm that you're really enjoying. The cool thing here is you can press a button to instantly go to...
Okay.
How long did that take? 3
How much
minutes.
time did I kill?
All right.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You can press a button to instantly go to a top-down view, and you can move everything all the time around.
Yeah,
So
cool.
there's no like awkward pick up things and move them around. It's like you can go into a top-down mode and rearrange everything instantaneously, put things away. So it does have a kind of like a doll's house vibe to it, but a doll's house in itself is useless. Like you can just play in it, you can't really use
experience
it.
it.
The
Yeah,
toilet in a
perhaps
dollhouse.
without an imagination.
Oh my god. Well, the toilet in a doll's house doesn't work, Peter. It's not plumbed,
This
and nor
kind
is
of-
anything in this.
Unless you have Putty goes poopy. What was that going? Baby bum, baby bum.
And the baby with the could piss.
Yeah, the baby bum that could pee
there
in
it
too.
is.
It's back.
We're back to piss.
Yes.
Look, this
Sorry.
seems like lovely. I've seen some people streaming it and getting lots of kicks
Yeah.
out of it. Like Kate was streaming it, loves doing cozy kind of streams,
great.
and found a lot of game. There's bigger sections that I haven't got to explore yet, but that was a little bit of because I couldn't see much out there, and I was like, more land with nothing in it.
It seems like a game that, like, when it comes out of closed beta, it's gonna like kind of have same vibe as like Final Fantasy 14 in the sense of people just kind of creating communities inside it.
Totally.
And,
I
and
didn't
role-playing
see.
and stuff. That's the vibe I get.
I just didn't see much of that chance to make a community and
with
interact
people, yeah.
outside of a global chat box and being in the same instance. So hopefully there is a little more of that to come, but it's closed beta at the moment. I think it's due for a release later this year, so I'll keep my ears to the ground for Palia.
Swag.
Palia.
Swag. And now it's my turn. I'm gonna sorry.
Don't say sorry.
I'm not sorry. I
Yet.
lied. I'm gonna talk about my game, which is Astro Not the Best.
Ooh.
Which is I love that name. I didn't get it at first. You know, and then I was like, oh, Astro not the not the
Yeah.
best.
Gotcha.
Very funny. And this is a very funny game. So basically it's a procedurally generated roguelite management sim.
Another one.
Where you are the new director of the Flaustrian space program, which is in ruin due to its past astronauts being really embarrassing. Like making fools out of themselves and therefore making fools out of the space program and therefore making fools out of the governing body of Flaustria.
Are people making Ruby games, or is Ruby just finding more Ruby games?
You know what's
Games
funny?
exist for Ruby.
games are finding me.
There you go.
Because I got sent a code for this game, I'm fairly certain, and they were like, "Hey, here you go. This for you." And I'm like, I don't remember requesting a code for this, but okay. And I started playing it. This game is fucking funny. It's so funny. So your goal is pretty much to successfully launch into space and do space business and then come back down. And once you do that, everybody's going to cheer for you and be like, oh, awesome. You went to space and came back and it was really good. But the thing is like all of your astronauts, you know, they have personalities. Every astronaut is procedurally generated, both in how they look and their stats and also their personality traits. And so the personality traits are things like one of my runs, one of my astronauts, the only personality trait that was unlocked was loudly not racist.
Oh, Jesus.
and that was just his thing. He was very not racist.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay.
He would tell you he's not racist.
Yeah, he's the
on
guy
first
who would be like,
meetings.
I'm not
Yeah.
racist.
Does he have a big... yeah, I'm not
There's no
racist.
but. There's no but.
But-
But the but is implied.
Yeah.
He's just not racist. And,
He's not-
that
he's
was
not
that was
racist.
his trait.
Okay.
And then there was also Nature Critic. And she was just a person who
That's fucking
who would
great.
just criticize nature and
That's
animals.
so good. That's so
would go
good.
out for a walk and be like,
Squirrel?
I
6 out of 10?
I don't care for this tree.
All this.
I think it looks all fucked up. But like it because of that, it also made her have a really strong attention to detail.
That's cool.
Okay.
That was great. And so every day you've got to spend your day training your astronauts in piloting, procedure, fitness, charm, and beauty. Because it's important to be beautiful. And
So you do all of these things in a is that how the game works, in day cycles?
in day cycles, and you'll have a goal at the end of like however many days. Like at the moment, I'm in a run where I have to go to space, of course, but before I go to space, I have to compete in a boxing match. Well, 2 of my astronauts need to compete in a boxing match against 2 other astronauts from another planet's space program.
Right.
Because they're like, oh, you guys are shit, so we want to box you. Kind of like Logan Paul and such. So they're like, boxing match. And so I currently need to be training my astronauts not just to pilot a spaceship, but
Gus's
to also
face right now.
take part
Pure
in
confusion.
a boxing match. But at the same time, over the course of these days, random events will happen. Like, for example, on my first run, my very first astronaut got caught out in public, not wearing any pants, covering herself in lighter fluid and about to strike a match. And everybody was like, this is messed up. this astronaut doing this thing, and I had to think of an excuse for her. And the best option, which I went for, was she was donating her pants to the homeless, and then was also about to start a fire to warm the homeless up. And so I chose that one, and I got glory because everybody thought she was really, really charitable.
Oh my god. So that's how it kind of presents itself, is that like you've got the 5 beats throughout the day where you go to beauty training, pilot training, all that stuff.
So you've
and
got
you
the
get
schools
interrupted.
here.
Yeah, awesome. So you get interrupted during the day by these things that you then get like.
So
it randomly generated.
They're randomly generated
Characters.
astronauts,
Yeah,
and they're
okay.
randomly generated episodic situations.
But those
Yeah,
situations
crazy.
will all have predetermined interesting dialogue choices that all might clash or work or
Yeah.
not work together. So it's
Yeah.
like, I'm just trying to, I'm trying to wrap my head around this. If there wasn't footage, I would think you're lying.
And see these 5 people at the top here.
Yeah.
They're the high priests of Florstria.
Wait, they're not your party?
No.
Oh,
no,
I see.
There's
'Cause
no-
when you were saying they were randomly generated-
they're your astronauts.
I
see
see.
the ones,
So
the
that-
ones doing
and
the training.
Beauty
Wait.
covered.
Yeah.
But they're because I
Got
was
hair.
looking at how detailed those character models, the ones at the top were, and they're predetermined characters. Your ones are
Yeah.
these kind of like template faces that
Yeah.
add features and hairstyles. That makes more sense. Because I was going to say the art style
Yeah.
has
This
this.
is the training.
You just click train.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You,
But
you
there
just
is-
hold the button and it keeps going up, but then as the training goes up, they get more and more stressed, and then they can have a breakdown if they get
Oh my
too
God.
stressed.
But there
and
is-
sometimes they'll get an injury and you can't use them for like 3 days.
Oh my
and
god.
it's so funny. And so these are the high priests, and they each have different like values. This one just loves the sun, wants you to do heaps of sun stuff. In my current run, she's like, hey, it would be really, really great if when you went up to space, your astronauts just all looked directly into the sun for 10 minutes. And I was like, that sounds like it's going to make them all blind, but I also want to get on her good side. So yes, I will promise to make them all look into the sun. And then the second one is really into the occult and like doing spells and shit, but also getting on the good side of the public. She's where you learn all your spells and stuff. The third one is very...
Spells?
Oh, yeah.
You
so
don't need to go.
No, it's fine. I'm sure.
the third one is really money hungry.
Yep.
With the boxing match one, he's like, I want you to throw the boxing match, but like all your glory is kind of hanging on the thread of winning this boxing match. But he's like, basically, the country's going to make a lot of money if you throw it. So I think you need to lose this boxing
And so, what is the
match.
point of having them on side or off side?
So, having them on side and bringing up their favor, which are those little numbers
Yeah.
next to them, will determine how much money you make every few days, and you need that money in order to train your astronauts.
Okay.
And the glory, that's the currency up
The
there?
glory. So this is this is quite the interesting part. So
Now?
no, okay. I know it all sounds really interesting, but with the glory. So I keep saying runs, right?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
because it is a roguelite.
Yeah, right.
The glory builds up, and basically at the end of each run, your glory will determine how much people enjoy you, how much the world likes what you're doing,
Sure.
right? And see this draped thing here with the lion
Yes, on the
on the
wall.
left.
Yeah.
That is the spirit of Florstria. And basically, he comes to life, right? And at the end of... I know this sounds so
Who did you
fun,
work with?
But it's real. It's real. Okay, so, wait, look, see? Look.
What's happening?
Whoa!
Thank you. Okay, so this is the spirit of Florstria, and the spirit of Florstria...
No way.
The spirit of Florstria wants to help you because it wants to help Florstria, right? And so at the end of your run, it starts fading away and you're like, oh my god, fuck. And it turns out there are a bunch of multiverses that are all having these space programs that are failing, and it's actually up to you to make all of the space programs go swimmingly, and if you don't, then he's gonna fade away and die.
So is that justification for the run-based nature of it? Okay,
and so
right.
the glory, all the glory that you build up, and it also includes the stuff that you lose, because sometimes you'll do something embarrassing, like your astronaut will be in space and they'll throw up in their spacesuit and die, and then you'll lose glory for that. At the end of each run, you get lion coins. And lion coins...
Fuck off!
It's real! It's real! At the end...
He's making this entire game up.
Okay,
The
at the
entire
end
thing
of
is
it-
being made up on the spot right now. By
Yeah.
Ruby.
At the end of each run, you get lion coins. They're made up of all the glory you get, and then you can use these lion coins to buy buy like almost power ups for each run.
Okay.
So like you use 100 lion coins to then be
Sure.
able to buy talismans for your
Talismans.
talismans that you can bond to your astronauts to make them have better skills.
I was gonna say at the top of this, I was sort of like,
Yes.
what is this game in terms of
Look,
what is?
look,
Hey,
look.
no, I'm with it. I'm with it.
Yeah.
I was like,
No, but that was my thing.
usually,
That's the thing.
I was going to ask sort of how is this game like what genre is this game and as it's been sort of progressing I was like, oh okay, I can kind of see this like it's a party management game that has elements
An
of
occult management simulator.
sure, that has kind of like variables thrown in there through dialogue choices, events, all that kind of stuff. And my brain went, oh, this is kind of like a mixture between, this is a board game or a card game that has way too many rules and a lot of that kind of like Cards Against Humanity randomness, like things will come in and interrupt. But I've realized as you've been describing it that it is that game with just too many rules to be able to be played on a board game. It needs to be existing in this
But it's
video
also
game
not
run
that,
format.
Like I have a way of just, yapping on. See, this is the weekly revenue and how in favor you are with the high priest determines how much you get. It sounds confusing from the way I'm describing it because there's just so much in it, but at the same time, it doesn't feel overwhelming.
Yeah,
but
right.
it also does because this game is incredibly hard. But it's very funny when you fuck up.
Yeah,
It's
cool.
very, very funny. Like one of
I
my
love that.
one of my astronauts died because so they went up to space. And my best astronaut that I honestly put so much work into, she did a safety test of the ship and she was going to do really well because her thing was really high, but it's all kind of, it's like probability. And so it was high probability that she was going to succeed with the safety test of the spaceship. And she didn't. She didn't succeed with the spaceship safety test. And so she was like, yep, everything's all good here. Nothing could go wrong. The whole space thing
Do
happens.
you know that she failed?
Yes.
Okay.
The whole space adventure happens, and then at the end of the space adventure, they're coming out, something goes wrong with the ship. So they all have to come out via their parachutes. She succeeds, and she makes it out. My other astronaut, I'm not shitting you. My other astronaut pulls his thing for the parachute, and he goes, "Wait a second, this isn't the pull for my parachute. This is the pull for my pants." And his pants come flying off, and he fucking dies. And it's amazing. It's amazing because the way he died was he just fell out of the spaceship pantsless with his butt out, and it's funny.
That is funny. Like to me, I don't play a lot of roguelikes and I don't play a lot of roguelites, but the thing that I like kind of don't enjoy about them is the fact that you play and then you get a certain amount of way through the game and then you die. And it's about the mechanic of it as opposed to this is about like playful storytelling.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
And
You've
the
got
thing is,
stories out of this
each
to
run
come.
has a different mission.
really like
the
that.
whole. It's not just like you're running, you're dying, you're coming back to life. You're running,
Sure.
you're dying, you're coming back to life. It's you're doing the space mission. You failed. You're coming back and you do the next mission, which is doing the space mission. Except you're also doing a boxing match. And
In a
like,
multiverse?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
every
the-
time you reset, it's like you're in a multiversal version. Yep.
Yeah.
I guess I just have one quick question is like, does any of that chaoticness, I know you're having a lot of fun with it, but does any of it feel that it sort of clashes with itself, that stuff can feel a bit fragmented or that it's just a bit chaotic for its own good?
Not really. It's really
Okay.
stupid.
No, that's great.
It's funny. Also, like there was one point with the space mission where I was in space and one of the screens in the space center just kept saying butt stuff.
The word butt stuff? Or
Yeah.
Amazing.
It had lots of butts and then that went away and it just said butt stuff. And I was like, yeah, that rocks.
I guess if you're going
That's
into the
good.
silly comedy, like everything is applicable, like every dumb thing that might clash with itself and be a silly punchline works because of that nature of it. So
It's good. It's so great.
I like the aesthetic and the wrapper.
Oh,
as
got a
well.
very,
and the look of it is
Ren and
just
Stimpy kind of
fantastic.
John Krasinski
It's
or
very
whatever
like
his name was.
old Ren and
Yeah.
Stimpy and like old cartoon. I love
Yeah.
it. And
Johnny
it's set,
Bravo.
it's set in the 60s. So
Nickelodeon
that
and
makes
stuff.
sense.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Nice.
Weird, man. Fucking weird.
It rocks. It rocks. I highly recommend that everyone give it a go.
People were
It's
saying this should be
so
streamed.
good.
like
and
it
it's on
feels.
sale.
It feels like a good
I'll
game to
stream
stream
it.
because it
Once-
would just be.
Once more, what's it called?
It's called Astronaut the Best.
Astronaut,
Very good.
the best.
Astronaut the Best.
Yeah, cool.
Not the best.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Peter.
Yeah, quaking. I'm quaking. I'm quaking for Quake. Quake 2 got enhanced. Surprise. A couple of days ago, it was just like a Bethesda blog post was like, we had Night Dive fix up Quake. Go play it.
What the fuck is Zebu?
Night Dive.
Sorry.
There's so many things.
There's too many things, and there's a Zebu.
There's a Zebo.
Zebo?
Play it on your Zebo now.
Amigos?
This is the enhanced version. I don't think works on your Zebo or your Nintendo 64, but Quake 2 is available to play on all these platforms. The enhanced version, Night Dive. They just came off the System Shock remake.
Yep.
Which is great.
Which is obviously
Really good. I
hugely,
liked it.
really well received. And it's a classic id shooter. This has the original campaign, the expansions, the Nintendo 64 releases levels, and
Yeah, wild.
a new episode called Call of the Machine, developed by Machine Games, who did the Wolfenstein, the modern Wolfenstein games, and are also working on Indiana Jones.
Apparently. They said so.
And so this is kind of like it had a graphical enhancement, 4K, 120 or 140 hertz. I think you can play it too. And one of the cool new features is the whole campaign is now cooperative. So I jumped in. It's up to 4-player co-op. I jumped in and played through most of the campaign last night with Jimmy.
Yeah, nice. Fuck Jimmy.
In 2-player co-op. Fuck Jimmy. In 2-player co-op. And
Jimmy do.
Song
that.
goes.
Jimmy steals all the loot.
We always say fuck Jimmy.
Who's Jimmy?
You'll
My
find
mate.
out.
Okay.
You'll find out when he steals your loot.
That's my friend.
It's a horse.
Okay.
He's my friend.
He's my friend.
And yeah, I'd never played Quake 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I played a lot of Quake 3 Arena.
Oh, it looks
And I-
cool.
Yeah, and I played some. I mostly played this kind of like hit scan, 3D hit scan shooter. And hit scan is there's not like the weapons don't fire projectiles that travel. It's about where your cursor is on the screen, is as long as it's over the enemy,
When
it's
you
going to
click.
hit when you click. There are some projectile weapons like this pistol and stuff, but a lot of the guns are ding, 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 like hit, you know, those little hit sounds and stuff, and they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, hell yeah.
They just don't make games like this anymore, and I think it's for good reason. I think things like Bulletstorm and stuff like emulate them, but they never feel like them.
Sure. I mean, they are making a lot of boomer shooters at the moment,
True.
which are
They're-
trying to. You know, there was the Warhammer one. Warhammer something came Boomstick.
What was
Yeah.
that recent
Yeah.
one?
Recently.
The something Slayer.
There's a bunch, and at Bolt Gun, and
That's the
and they
one.
lean into this aesthetic as well. And I've played a couple of demos of them, and there's something about them that doesn't feel right.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, there is still going back to the core original
Yeah.
ones that were pioneering this and still trying to work out how to do 3D shooters, which
Yeah.
Quake 2 definitely was.
Yeah.
And it just feels legit.
It feels awesome. It's the level design is atrocious, but you know, this is again is part of the history of the first-person shooter. These era where they were working out enemy types and navigating levels. There's the you see the map layout of like you're jumping into this mission, a thing that existed for 15 years after this, and you still see it every now and then today. All these things, all these like game design ideas that were so revolutionary at the time.
You're so right. Just quickly I forget about it until you play a game in a 3D space, that these are levels for levels' sake. Like, you know, there's some, they might say you're in a power plant, but it is, there are rooms with doors that open just purely to have one enemy standing in them. It's like,
they never justify their own environments
Yeah.
or what the mission is. It's like I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. The game doesn't really tell you what you're meant to be doing. You're just meant to walk through the level until you find
Get a
stuff.
key pass.
What you're seeing here with the green arrow is a new addition with the enhanced mode, which is a
wait.
compass.
And that's
Interesting.
good because
Which is-
this game is like crazy brown.
It's crazy brown, and it's so hard to navigate and remember where you've been. There's not a whole lot of really
Landmarks?
strong visual identifiers on the map where you go, I can distinguish where I am just based on looking at the space. You just get confused all the time. So they've added a lot of like
Quality of life
modern
kind of
quality
stuff.
of life
Yeah.
features,
Yeah,
still
nice.
in a way that feels authentic to the game. Like the
It
compass
looks like
is.
the shooting feels really good. Like just based on. looking
It
at this.
does. Like, I mean, and in a really simple way.
Yeah.
You know, I know that modern shooters feel better. You know, even Battlefield 2042, which people hated. It's like, I fucking love shooting the guns in that game. There's something about it. And it's all sound design and everything. But this game is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's you are flying around like crazy. You're moving so quickly, and where you click, the bullets go. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with the shooting from a game from the 90s. You know?
And you were playing, as you said, you played most of the campaign in co-op, so with 2 of you, but you
Yes.
can play with 4.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, I was going to say at the start, how does it feel to add cooperativeness to a game that was designed solely as a single-player mission structure? Aren't there breakable parts with lifts and switches and all that? But I'm like, as we're watching now, it's like they are just video game levels. So, of course, 2 people running through them wouldn't be game-breaking by any account.
Yeah, no, I don't know this for certain, but I believe that the enemies have a bit more hit points. They take
Yeah,
a
okay.
little
Yeah,
longer to
yep.
kill.
Yep.
They don't react differently. There's not like AI that changes. It's just they take longer
There's
to kill.
barely AI to begin with, let's be honest.
They run at you and hit you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's there is definitely some you know, I think all of these early shooters, even Doom, has a design philosophy that is here's an aesthetic, and use your imagination to fill in the gaps, and this relies on that as well. But you know, it's like there's always like this room here, you know, it's like, all right, there's a lava pit and a bridge, and it's so just rudimentary that it's hard to go, wow.
It looks like Minecraft lava.
Yeah,
it really does.
But you imagine what they're imagining out of what they could achieve with the technology they had at the time.
Well,
You go, wow.
I played a lot of this at school on a school laptop, and I do remember it looking better in my mind, and even just watching the lighting effect on the guns, the fact that as you run around, the lighting would actually, maybe not as well as it does in this remake, but back then it was just when you shoot a rocket down a hallway, the light of that rocket would travel down the hallway.
Yeah.
And back then, it was a massive step up. It was really moving into a 3D space that felt real, and I all those rough edges, all this kind of what was the point of this space, just faded away. I imagine, as you said, now with the context of other games you played through many years, it's it doesn't feel the same, but it's nice that it still obviously feels good to play.
Yeah, it's fun.
Remember when games could be played on a school laptop? If you tried to play any game released now on a Lenovo ThinkPad, it would blow up and give you severe burns.
We could play this on your Zebo.
Yeah, sure.
I'm playing this on my Zebo.
What's a Z?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
no idea.
Somebody
Okay.
should put it. But it's very early level design stuff, but it all is quite logical. The compass is a great addition. There's radial menus for
Oh, thank God.
the items that you pick up, so things like invincibility and quad damage and that kind of stuff. So there's a radial menu for that, and there's also a radial menu for the weapons, because you get a shitload of weapons in this game, and rather than clicking 1 through to 0 on the keypad at the top to change to your weapon, you can also scroll through, but there is a radial menu which slows down time, which is useful in a game like this as well, which is fast-paced. So
Yeah.
it's kind of just one of those other things that it makes the thing more user-friendly. So
And no,
Nice little additions.
I was going to say no multiplayer versus stuff.
there
This
is, yeah.
Oh,
There is.
okay.
There's a deathmatch, team deathmatch.
Yep.
I think there's a capture the flag thing as well. I haven't played any of it, so I can't attest to how good the netcode is or anything, but
But from memory, Quake Arena, that was Quake 3 Arena.
Quake 3 Arena was kind of the phenomenon that took over the world.
And that was built with the same engine, wasn't it?
It was
think?
built in the Quake engine, yeah. And I believe they made all 3 games in the one engine, Quake 1 through to 3.
In the remakes? 'Cause
No.
This was a new end. This was a step up from Quake 1. And I think 2 and
2
3
was?
Yeah,
Yeah,
2 and
okay,
3
right.
were made
Yeah.
in that engine. 1 definitely wasn't.
Yeah, sure. But obviously Quake 3 Arena is very playable everywhere still. There's browser versions of it. Quake 3 Arena was id Tech 3. There you go. So that was a step up again. and Quake 2 has kind of disappeared for a while. So now having playable team deathmatch and stuff, you can get back into it if you want to.
Cool.
I would probably still play Quake 3 over 2, but this is, you know, I'm sure people are going to have fun with it for a little while. And yeah, it's on Game Pass, so because Bethesda,
Yeah.
Sorry?
Bethesda, and I don't know why. Sorry.
So it is on Game Pass if you've got Game Pass, and it's only, I think, $15 or something on Steam.
I think, it's about $14 on Steam.
Yep.
Are you going to finish the campaign?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, cool.
And it's a couple of settings kind of campaign. What happened?
Ow! I'm fine.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I hurted myself.
Punch the mic.
You hurted yourself.
I hurted myself. And on that note, Will.
Please.
Will.
Me. I'm going to talk about a game that's not that relevant for another month, but just quickly, I played a bunch of other games that I just wanted to quickly recommend.
Sure.
I played and finished Hi-Fi Rush finally.
Oh,
Nice.
good.
The last 90 minutes was amazing. That's all I had left to play, and that was like a nice, just like, oh, I remember loving this game at the start of the year. Nice to just quickly burn through that. And
Awesome.
so
Very
well
cool.
worth coming back if you've left alone. Played and finished Seasons Letter to the Future, which I think I mentioned earlier in the year on the show.
Mm-hmm.
It promises a very like wonderful, artsy, wanky thing, and it just is not there. It's
Yeah,
like
okay.
it's a very like high
Concept.
that doesn't deliver.
Yeah, sure.
And the worst part is it's the one where you make a scrapbook. I made a beautiful scrapbook, and I watched it all play out. And, I read through it before I finished the game, and the load is at the credits, and there's no way to look at the scrapbook again.
Oh, it's
So there's just like 3 hours I put into this beautiful scrapbook I can never see again. So, you know.
That sucks.
That hurts for someone who loves photo mode and
I was
stuff.
going to say, for you in particular, that's rough.
Sucks. Also finished Lego 2K Drive. I've said enough about that according to TikTok, so I won't talk about that any longer. And what else? And a game that I probably should have talked about, but I didn't love that much, so I'm not going to. But I played and finished Viewfinder, which is wonderful. For me, I would have liked to just been a bit more challenged. That's the kind of Polaroid, little bit of superliminal kind of thing.
Yep.
Really fun, short, but not that challenging. And
Yeah,
so,
I only played 2 or so hours, but it's only like 4 to 5
Yeah,
to finish
it's
the whole
quite
thing.
short.
Did it get tough enough that it broke your brain?
Not really. It gets quicker, and that's kind of where the challenge comes from. But the puzzles don't ever stretch too much. But it's still like well done. Is the thing that's really cool about that.
Nice.
But the thing that I played and finished that I want to talk about, I think Pete, you want to talk about too, is Cyberpunk 2077.
Shit, you
I got
finished
there.
it?
Yeah. Well, so I finished it in the respect that I saw credits.
That counts. That counts.
Which is good. I am both annoyed that no one pressured me into playing this game, but also annoyed that no one told me not to play it before the DLC came out. Because the DLC that's coming out next month is basically 2.0 for the game. That's going to rework textures and systems.
I've been waiting for sure.
Josh, I don't think your mic's
I've
not
been
coming.
waiting to. You guys just can't hear it.
Yeah. You've been waiting to play it?
Yeah, I've been waiting to replay it.
Yeah. So, in saying that though, if you do want to play it, for me, my playthrough of it was perfect. There was very few bugs.
Okay.
I enjoyed it as a video game. The thing for me that still didn't stick is a lot of the combat. Just felt very like it's there to get me to the next story.
Yeah.
I love the game and I love the characters and I love the world, but the combat is kind of like, it's how you describe Quake, of like point at the thing and it'll die.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it feels in this, but it's not as fun because it's not wonderful and retro. It's,
Sure.
and it's also because for me, which was good, I was glad because I don't love open worlds. I don't love skill trees and upgrades and shit. And
we know that. And
Yeah,
you were
same.
like, I can't believe no one recommended this to me. It's like, no one who knows you would recommend this to
I
you.
still don't quite believe you finished this. Like,
because the game is easy. The game is so easy to play.
Yeah.
There was no challenge.
Really?
And so I never was compelled to use the skill. Every now and then I'd be like, oh, I should probably upgrade my punch or something.
Yeah. Sure.
But so it never pulled me towards, I think the revamp is going to. That seems to be the big thing, is they're going to kind of rework the skill trees. So maybe it's good I played it now and not afterwards.
Black
But
Death says press left click until it falls over.
pretty much.
That's how you played
That's
it?
how I felt. I don't know, Pete.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe when I played it, because I played it at launch, it was a bit more challenging.
Possibly,
and
yeah.
there's definitely been a bunch of balancing that's happened.
Yeah.
I definitely died a lot when I played it.
Yeah.
And I definitely played it on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, maybe I don't remember selecting something, but maybe it was pretty low.
Yeah, can you
remember.
even select?
I don't
think so.
remember.
Yeah, it's got a full like
Yeah, okay.
story
Okay.
mode to nightmare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Maybe I was like in the middle of the road or something
Yeah,
like that. But
yeah, and I'm sure I wasn't higher than middle either.
Yeah.
So they must have done some rebalancing and stuff, and also the way you spec'd maybe gave you
Yeah.
enough like passive buffs that because I played it as a shooter.
yeah, yep.
You can play this game without picking up a gun
Totally, yeah,
by
yeah.
using all the cyber hacking and stuff.
Yep.
Which I know a lot of people, particularly in the early, in the vanilla build of the game, loved because
Yeah.
it was so powerful. Once you spend enough time putting the
Totally.
points into the trees,
Yep.
and you would watch clips of people clearing out massive bases, 60 guards they got to kill. They wouldn't go inside.
Yeah,
They'd be hacking into
So-
cameras, blowing
Yeah.
shit up,
Yeah.
hacking into someone's gun that goes off, like into other people's faces. Like,
Yep.
Isn't it? Because I've played a little bit of this. Isn't it that? Is it still that game where you start that and when it fails, you just go, all right, in
Yeah,
I
big
go,
time.
take your gun in, and yeah.
It's because it's so easy to stealth, but then some guy will just walk down the stairs. You're like, oh fuck, man,
Yeah.
come on.
yeah. But it definitely doesn't feel like a shooter.
No. Yeah.
So the gunplay is fine, but not a delight.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so, which is disappointing because there's a lot of shooting in the game, and I think the city and the interactions with characters
Totally.
are the best I've played in RPG.
Yeah.
Well, I would have imagined because again,
Yeah.
am I right in saying you're not a huge shooter fan?
No, not particularly. No.
So
yeah.
for you to play this, I imagine it was to play the role playing, to enjoy that space, and
to do this to a car. It's
that's
very
pretty
fun.
cool.
It's very
If
fun.
your 60 hours got you that, then
yeah,
that's
that's what I
money
needed.
well spent.
There's also a beautiful photo mode. I think I go into photo mode here.
Yeah.
Like, because people are constantly doing things. Like, it's one of the few because the world is alive.
Yeah.
And I know
Which was a problem in vanilla.
Totally.
It was everyone was like characters were animating at the exact same time kind of
Yep.
stuff. It
Yeah.
felt like a weird fake town. Whereas
Totally.
I've jumped in and played more recently
Yep.
and seen just how much of an advancement they've made in making
Yeah.
the world feel alive.
yeah.
The thing is like, and I haven't played this game, but when it launched, I was working in retail. When it launched, I was working in games retail,
Yeah.
and when it got fixed, I was working in games journalism, right?
Yeah.
And so I, saw this game on launch. I saw it get pulled from stores, and then I saw it grow. And obviously, and this is news to absolutely nobody, but Cyberpunk had a fucking terrible launch. Shit was rocked,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
stunk. But CD Projekt Red have gone so hard fixing this game. They clearly felt terrible about it, and they fixed it. And it's a lot of people still had a great experience on the vanilla one,
Yeah,
but like it
Not on my PlayStation 4, I didn't.
No.
No.
Well, that was like I played it at launch, and I played I think the intro mission and was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
The game is not functioning. So like that was an awesome thing. Like I only just recently upgraded as well, and so it was like, oh man, the game functions. My computer's happy about it. Like this is a great experience.
Was that something, because you got a pretty beefy rig now, was that something you were like, once you got the machine, you were like, I want to see if this game runs well on it, and that's going
I
to
think
encourage you to play more of it?
I saw Idris Elba in the trailer for the DLC, and I was like, I kind of want to see what happens there.
That's what got you
Yeah.
across the
For
line.
sure.
I wonder if he's wait. Is he doing Lufa voice or is he doing
don't know.
Knuckles voice?
Ooh, I think
Is
it's
it
a bit.
Lufa or Knuckles?
I reckon it's in between. It's a little bit of that. It's down there.
Cool.
It's and I'm keen, and the good part of that is that is set within. I mean,
it was Knuckles.
Knuckles is
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Is it
Sonic
Luke?
and
Is it
Knuckles.
Luke?
He's the
Or is
voice
it
of
Knuckles?
I know now.
Yeah.
I was like, because he's a boxer? Like,
Because he's Knuckles the
punched
Echidna,
someone.
obviously.
I'm keen to see how. I was a bit disappointed. The DLC is set within the game. I think it's set like midway through or something.
yes, yeah.
Rather than post game, and I'm a little bit sad, but also it's one of the. I'm sure it was similar for like Mass Effect going to the next game. It's like, how do you? Because there's like 7 different endings. How do you tailor a DLC to that? So,
yeah.
I
But
get
yeah,
it.
I mean, part of my disappointment as someone who got to enjoy it when it came out was that I saw all of the technical shortcomings from the game won't function, but from this should feel better.
Yes.
And so I was like, they need to put work into that. They had promised DLC. They had promised
Multiplayer?
the multiplayer at first as like part of the game and then as a standalone title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then an upgrade for PS5 and
Yeah.
Series X.
Absolutely. And then so much energy went into, fuck, we just got to make this thing work on the platforms that people have bought it on, that a lot of that stuff kind of fell off.
Yep.
And by the time I'd had an ending, which was insane. Like, my ending was like jaw-droppingly,
Pete-
this is
Pete
fucking
whispered it to me.
crazy.
You came into the office and wanted. I've never seen you be more like me and want to spoil it. You're like, I need
Right
to
now, I'm
tell
like,
you
are we
how this ended.
Chat, are we far enough past this game's launch for
No.
me to tell you my
No.
ending?
No,
It's so I don't like I didn't care because I probably won't go down that path.
Yeah.
But even I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
how did you get there?
Yeah. I'm not going to say it,
No,
but it's
no.
fucking wild.
It's crazy.
And I was like, I want the next chapter in that story.
Totally.
How about I'm gonna do this right now.
No, no,
and
no, no,
when
no,
I do
no.
this, if
No.
you don't want to hear the spoiler, mute.
No, I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
It's too much.
It's
too
too
much.
big.
Too
It's
much?
too
Yeah,
big.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright.
It's just, it's so, I mean, it's absurd enough that people would be like, oh, that's not going to affect my game.
Yeah.
But it's also a surprise in a way that
Totally.
people would
Oh,
enjoy getting it themselves.
Is it like multiple endings?
Yes,
There
yes,
are multiple
yes,
endings
yeah.
to the game, yeah.
And that's the thing that I didn't expect is like how good it was, because that's another thing I don't particularly love is sometimes it's very thin in terms of the
Yeah.
direction, but like I think at the end of this mission something happens as a character involved. And I was watching a YouTube clip afterwards of like decisions you can make, and they're like, so if you just go back in that room, they'll be with you for the rest of the game. I'm like,
Excuse me, what?
they what? So if I just didn't walk and like
That's
that just
wild.
blew my
Yeah.
mind,
Yeah.
and I adored
How
it.
fucking beautiful is that mission as well?
I know.
I'll
It's so
spoil it.
sick.
Yes.
As somebody who hasn't played the game, I'll
Please.
spoil it. So,
No,
Keanu Reeves' character, who I'm pretty, as I remember, is called Johnny Knoxville.
That's it.
He because he's got like a robot arm, the robot stuff actually like takes over his whole body, and he actually becomes Optimus Prime.
That's very good.
And
It
so when
is.
he becomes Optimus Prime, then
Yeah.
suddenly it's a Transformers game.
It is a Transformers game.
You nailed it.
Were you?
I'm sorry, everyone.
Were you role playing your character? Like, as you said, you weren't really into it, the shooting. You were just kind of like plowing through it in that sense. Were
Yeah.
you getting much out of? As you said, you enjoyed the story, but like, were you getting into what are the three characters?
Three
you choose?
romances.
Oh no, the three romances.
well, Pete,
All right, go,
can't
go, go,
romance
Pete.
I've been
people.
raising
I
eyebrows
forgot.
as you've been. One of my favorite realizations in the game is when, and this isn't really. I guess it's a spoiler, but it's not. I was gonna,
Are they gonna kiss? Oh.
Oh, do you want to hear a fun fact while they're doing that?
That's not a spoiler.
Fun fact, when I worked at Kotaku, one of the top stories all the time, since it got
Yeah.
published like 2 or 3 years ago, one of the stories that was always popular, always had at least 2 visitors on it, was not safe for work. Here are all the cyberpunk sex scenes.
amazing.
People were always looking up cyberpunk sex scenes, and instead of going to, I don't know, Pornhub, they went to
Gus is looking it up right
Kotaku.
now. Gus is looking
So
it up right now. Look
that's
at
just a
him.
fun fact.
What was that?
I said you're looking it up right now. You're just staring at your laptop.
Now we
Yeah.
have double Josh. It's even more confusing than single Josh.
Get more
What do you mean
visitors.
double?
We're getting an echo.
We got an echo
yeah,
with you.
yeah. But it's okay.
Well, we can
it's
hear you
alright.
in the room. That's all.
Oh, I just
Um,
thought we had 2 Joshes.
Yeah. It's look.
Who is that
I've
guy
got
right
like
there?
7,
Come
so
and play with
it
us.
makes sense.
Come and play.
So who did you fuck?
Well, it was the really cool thing I liked about this game, and the thing that I've never really been interested. We did like the Mass Rec segment,
Yep.
Yeah.
where you could bang anyone and everyone will bang you, and I've always been like, that's weird, but sure. And I loved in this game that there is very specific like preferences for the different romance options.
Right.
I liked it until I tried to engage with one, and they're like, no, thank you, and I'm like.
Oh, there is no greater shame than
Yeah.
getting rejected in a video game.
Yeah, and
Oh.
it was amazing, and I think that's one of the many things that like it's so cool.
But that's a good choice to make. It's not just
Totally.
his carte blanche of all the characters, which one.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Baldur's Gate's kind of doing it, but like to have yourself to be turned away, it's even more
Totally.
kind of like, oh well, now I want it even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally what, like, in terms of the role playing, there's not too much to do. I will admit that every guy it pushes to you to be like, hang out this one. I'm like, no. So I've got to go back and play it because there's like missions I didn't do because
Sure.
the dudes all look a bit yuck. And so I was like,
Yeah.
They've all got like augmented eyeballs and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
I'll come
mean,
back
that's
to you
kind
guys.
of always been a thing.
Yeah.
As someone that has played
Oh.
a lot of games where you can romance people, so a lot of farming sims and a lot of games like this where you do have romance options. they always pay a lot of attention
Yeah.
to making sure the female characters look real hot and pretty, and very little attention to how the guys look.
Dude's
Yeah.
I
gotta look.
wonder why.
Dude's gotta look, functional and angry and
Yeah,
blood
they
battle
also,
beaten.
like, I guess probably down the same path. The dudes they also introduce, and they're like, this guy's bad, and he might kill you. And it's like, well, then I'm not going to go talk to him.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
don't wanna
don't know.
die.
Yeah, you've definitely missed out on some like
Yeah.
beautiful characters.
I'm keen to go back.
You're
yeah.
the sweetest boy in the cyberpunk world.
Yeah.
Being
Oh,
like,
man.
no, that alley does look too dark. I will avoid
I
it.
walk into the brothel. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm so sorry.
Sorry,
I'm just
help
I'm
me.
gonna get over to that person. 1 second, sorry.
In particular,
Yeah.
and this is to anyone who plays the game,
Yeah.
anytime you get an option to explore the history of
No,
Johnny Silverhand
Yeah.
Johnny
not
Knoxville,
Knoxville.
sorry.
Yeah,
and any of the people that because he this isn't a spoiler, this is in the
Yeah.
trailer,
Yeah.
he's dead.
He's a dead
when he
character,
kind of
yeah,
possesses you through augmentation.
He's a cyber ghost.
Yeah, he hasn't been dead for that long. The people that he hung around with
Yeah.
are alive, and so you can communicate with people who he spent his life with, and it's just like it's a really fascinating thing because I don't think Keanu Reeves is a good actor.
He sucks.
But
in this, he is very wooden and very stilted, but that's part of his
He's the worst
kinda
character
like
in the
him
game.
as a gimmick actor, though. I like him as
Yeah.
like an actor that kind of does the same thing a lot. Like I like that.
I adore
He's a good
him.
fit for
Yeah.
this then.
I adore him. I
Is that
adore
what you're
him.
saying?
Yeah. I think
I don't adore his performance in this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I adore him, the man. But yeah, he does. A lot of the time, that character does not work.
yeah.
Sure.
And it makes it hard for you to make decisions as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
he says something to you, and I'm like, I don't know how to respond
I don't
because you
believe
don't know how to act.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, Keanu is good and an actor.
Yeah.
But his
But,
story.
but everything,
Yeah.
and the best that you see of Keanu in this is when the other characters that he related to
Yep.
are talking about him, and he's in your head reacting to what they're saying, and like that's where this
Yeah.
really beautiful dynamic starts to play out,
Yeah.
and it goes really deep. And the best scene in any video game I've ever played, I spent a fucking hour listening to a guy play a little lick on a guitar
Yes.
on a yacht sailing into the sunset, and I was like, this is just the most fucking perfect thing in a video game.
That's great.
Yeah. It's so good. It's such a great game. And play it now or play it in a month's time. It doesn't matter.
I was going to say, I'm
So-
still waiting,
yeah.
and I've been holding off on this because it just seems to be getting a little bit more polished
Yeah.
every time, and this is the...
They're calling it 2.0,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it should be a really, I think it's, early September or something, I think.
Yeah, cool.
Someone
September
pointed
16th
it
or
out
something.
too in the chat before, but Edge Runners, the
Oh, the
series was a huge sort of big boost for this game.
Is there a
as well.
second season of that coming?
I'm sure there is. Like, it
should
was
look into
too
that.
successful for them not to try and milk it again. But yeah, there was
Did damn well.
big reason as to like post the fixes.
Yeah.
It
Why it's
has
still
seen
kicking.
has seen a massive sort of boon again.
There you go.
And are you good?
Are you playing
Are you right?
Cyberpunk?
No, he's
I
playing.
got Quake
He's playing
on my
Quake.
laptop.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Okay. I thought of this one. I thought it'd be really good, right?
Yep.
Penis is cock, balls is gonads. Now it's time for some back pocket ads.
Piss.
There's a way of life which grants the grace of eternal divinity, where the waning light of the celestial body pulls through the broad canopy of a silver-winged tree to bring the peace of 1,000 sleeping cabal pups, in which the embrace of a mother Kale and her tenderfoot daughter evokes the ageless whisper of a love deeply known but often unseen. The silent and vigilant persevere for the good of the many, shunned by the arc wielders and the fusion tossers, but closer now to truth than e'er before. Through the thankless act of generating heavy by the power of Aeon's grasp, those chosen may find salvation. And through it all, an everlasting ray. Join your local evangelists of the One Ray Commune today and bask in the All-Father's rays for evermore. EvaRae.
Rumors around the Nintendo Switch 2 have come back into full swing, so we're going to reminisce about some of the coolest console concepts. Let's go. To kick us off, how can I go past this official Xbox prototype from the year 2000? It's giving Regurgitator my Polyester X. I would love to have this thing on my shelf, but it doesn't look child safe. It would cut you if you looked at it the wrong way. Then there's this prototype for the PlayStation 3. The console clearly didn't change, but the controller definitely did. People, including myself, see the obvious, a boomerang. But Ruby sees this character from Monsters University, but dipped in chrome. Heading even further back, there's the Super Nintendo CD-ROM, where apparently Sony and Nintendo plan to add CD support to the SNES. Why am I just hearing about this? What would a world of PlayStation Nintendos even look like? Would there be peace on Earth? What would Mario and Sonic's babies do for a living? I guess we'll never know. Sticking with Sony, because apparently they do all the weird stuff, this pants-shaped single slice of pizza woman PlayStation 5 concept was actually sent out as the dev kit. A couple of these even popped up on eBay a few years ago. I wish I had bought one because I love this design more than I love the final consumer design. And finally, this catastrophe of an early prototype for the Nintendo Switch somehow ended up in the hands of confused customers. We reached out to Nintendo for a response, but they've refused to comment.
Welcome back.
What up?
Hello, everybody.
Funny little thing.
Funny little thing. Let me
Funny
tell
little
them
thing.
about the people that we saw, and then
You
we can
go,
talk about
girl.
that funny little thing. We saw some words from Jepp and Bellykate, an ad from EvaRae, and a social combined effort. The couch, basically. Everyone in the room.
Performed, edited.
Yeah,
looked
I
at.
wrote it.
Yeah.
You did it.
There was some,
Did it.
yeah, there was some off-camera comments from Gus you would have heard while you're editing.
Yeah. In and out. Yeah. That, I believe.
Of your performance.
Yeah. I believe you.
Are you pointing over your shot? You're pointing over your shot.
Yeah. Not that line.
Yeah. I do my best directing when I'm not watching the actor.
But of course, one part of that ad involved Mario and Sonic.
Ah, yes.
And
Olympic
at the Olympic Games.
Post-Olympic Games.
Is that what they got up to in the Olympic Village, was it?
Yeah, so the thing was I was here at the studio all on my lonesome. Yeah.
bit of both, yeah.
All on my lonesome the other day, just doing my business. And we
Taking a shit, Peter. That's what that was.
Yeah.
we connect to the computers in this studio to work, right? What?
From the mind.
No, I can see where this story is going, and I love it.
Yeah.
We connect to this, yeah, right? So I was right there at my computer and just I see some movement out of the corner of my eye and I look to Will's computer and Will has just gotten up a full screen picture of Mario with pregnant Sonic, and I did not know.
And again,
what
sorry,
the
for context,
was.
he's remote, so it's just a phantom
He's
screen.
remote. So it was just the computer
Yeah.
coming up with pregnant Sonic, and but it came down
And
very
quickly.
quickly,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
I messaged him being like,
I
I
saw-
saw that.
Because the best part was, I looked it up on my home browser and then just grabbed the link across to save it because I was like, I got to do this as quickly as possible. Just can't be on my screen
Lest
for too
someone
long.
see my business.
It's probably only happened a handful of times, but I think there's been moments where I've had an idea and been like, I'll do something funny for the show. I'll Photoshop it, realizing I'm remote into the studio.
You can't surprise
and there
anyone.
are people here being like, I think Josh called me out once. He's like, sent a took a photo of my computer. I'm like, nope, that's what I'm working on. So yeah,
No more surprises.
No more surprises.
It was because it was so quick. It was like minimized. I saw that. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Which
Nothing
was
gets
very
past
fun.
me.
The socials, the socials are good. The socials are creative. The socials sometimes just get made at the last minute in the TikTok app and sent out to all of you guys to enjoy. If you haven't seen today's social, go check it out on Instagram, on TikTok, share it, like it, have a bit of fun with that. We certainly did ourselves.
What did you say, Josh?
Do we need to repeat it, really?
Don't want to repeat it? That's okay.
You
I
tell
think
us
you
about,
Tell us about
vacationing anywhere. Anytime?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about going to France, actually.
Oh, yes.
Ah,
Nice. Very
go
nice.
watch the social.
Yeah.
That'll make
Watch the
some
social.
form of sense to you.
Yeah. And stick around on this show because hopefully it'll make some sense. We're going to head into a very good gameplay. And we don't do anything else here. We just let this play out.
We let this calm little bit of jazz and funk play out. Get us in the mood.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
It just nothing happens in that card. And it's always like, we're going to play.
Yeah. It was the second card made.
It was.
Well, yeah. And then it got made again. And it continued to be very chill.
That's true.
Are you ripping on my card?
No.
Pretty, like when you think about challenging times and
That's a good card.
Don't do that.
Pickpocket?
What was the celebrity heads thing that had
Head job?
the hone zone?
Yeah, the home zone.
Home zones.
Yeah. But
We
then
gotta bring hone zone
Yeah, I
back.
Yeah, but then we have
love the
a
home
little bit of
zone.
What's
backup,
home
which
zone?
is good fun.
A little bit of backup. There's
Yeah.
animation in that.
Yeah.
What's
Sometimes it
home
hits a tree,
zone?
sometimes it hits
Yeah,
a bus.
that's all right. Yeah. Surprise me more. That's all I'm
home
saying.
zone?
Surprise you
Do
more.
it, but you got to do it at home.
I'm going to fuck you up next week.
This is presented, of course, by MiddleCee. MiddleCee doesn't do that. But for MiddleCee,
We've all got a... Do you have a noise from Banjo-Kazooie?
no, because I've never played it.
Just do one from Croc.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's my
What a
cry.
lame
Uh-oh.
character. That's kind of cute.
Yeah. Because of this, MiddleCee, we usually read out the lyrics to a song in the key of C or C of key, and I've got that in my lap, and I'm
Nice.
going to read those lyrics now. I'm going to read them in a voice because I feel like that helps distance it.
You reckon it's not
Because-
hard enough as it is?
Yeah, because there's only 2 lines.
Read it as
What?
George Lucas.
Well, there's more lines, but it gets to the very obvious bit. And
Okay.
I wanna... It's George Lucas?
As George Lucas,
Oh,
please.
that wasn't where I was going to go.
Yeah,
but I'll
George
do it.
Lucas is fucking good though. But no, do the voice you want. Do the voice that feels,
feels
right. To you. Feels right to you, yeah.
I've been roaming around, always looking down at all I see.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Painted faces.
Use Somebody by
Fill the
Kings of Leon.
places.
What the fuck just happened?
I see.
Yeah, I
Who
can't
was the
reach.
voice?
It's my, what's the big man with the big hat? And the the one in the movies you like?
Gandalf.
Yeah,
You're doing
okay.
it in McKellen's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking down at all I see.
You should have started in the middle of the song, I think.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
thought
And
about
sorry,
it.
The Shanrod Bar.
Yeah.
what was the song?
Use Somebody by Kings of Leon. I got really into Kings of Leon
Yeah.
when I was in
I said 3
primary school.
words.
Because my teacher, I think my year 5 teacher was really into Kings of Leon,
Yeah.
and Sex on Fire came out, and I'm like, this is so cool. I was 11,
Wow.
and I was like,
Did
this
you
is
know
awesome.
what sex was and then why it was on fire? Or were you just like, good song?
Just like, oh, this sounds good, but like if you asked me what it meant, I'm like, your sex is on fire.
But your
Obviously.
first experience of learning about it was knowing that it
Obviously.
could be on fire, which
Yeah.
is probably not very educational.
No.
I didn't learn shit,
Yeah.
and I never will.
Congrats, Ruby.
Thanks, MiddleCee.
Yeah.
Thanks, MiddleCee. We're going to be
out.
playing a game we've already talked about. We interviewed the devs. I've lived with one of them.
Did you?
Yeah, Josh did a bit of the porting for moving out too.
Oh, yes,
right.
yes, yes.
That's like one of the two
Yeah,
people
yeah,
we
yeah.
talked
One of the
about.
two people.
Because you were very
Why
Yeah.
didn't you tell her?
You were very quiet through the interview, and I was like, was it because there was a falling out when you moved out?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
never did the washing up.
Yeah.
Ah, there it is.
That's not true, Josh. Sometimes you do the washing up.
Oh, shit.
Called out.
Called out on the street.
It's just when
Clean
you,
your
when,
dishes.
when you cook the sausages, cook the thing. Let's
been
play
said.
moving out.
Dusha is in the chat. Shouts out, dude. Shouts out to Kings of Leon playing a bushfire fundraiser in Australia and not playing Sex on Fire, quote unquote, out of respect.
What? It's not like fire's a bad
Yeah.
word.
That kind of rocks. That's so funny.
That is amazing.
That's so weird. What a choice.
Here it is.
Cool.
We missed fart.
Oh yeah, we missed the intro. That
We-
has
we
fart.
missed it. They may
I
have seen
love
it.
the animated intro.
We've gone past the
Look at
tutorial,
us.
but we're going to jump in and all pick our characters and head into the first level, which, although this game does seem to get pretty wacky, pretty crazy, I think we're just going to be moving out of a house. So,
Yeah.
Ruby, this is in prep for you.
Yeah, I'm moving out too because I got evicted because they didn't want to fix something, and I won't go into any more detail.
But you totally
lest I
will.
get in
Lawsuits open.
trouble.
This is great.
Oh god, it rocks.
More there's a handful of games out there that have gone for the full Saturday morning cartoon intro plus the theme song as well.
Yeah.
And even if it's a shit game, it's a great way to start it. There was that fantasy.
It's a horrible way to say
Sorry.
as moving out 2 pops up in front of your face. Yeah.
What did I played some hero fighter where you
Yeah.
were like a wizard or a sword guy, and the game was terrible, but
Yeah,
the intro and
was
the
sick.
marketing was amazing. Not this game. This is great. All right.
So Douche is in the chat, who is a good friend of the show, does thumb cramps. Thumb cramps,
Oh,
which we
great.
love.
Myth
If you have a
Amazing.
freaking listen on Friday, there may be an episode of Thumb Cramps coming out that a certain me is on. So
Just back and forth.
if you
and-
want to have
who's,
a listen,
I want to be the little
who's not
dragon.
moving?
I'm cassette boy.
me.
Okay, just double checking.
I was talking my
I can
shit.
change colors.
These are adorable.
I like dragon.
Oh, she's cute.
I like Triceratops. I guess. There's tongue hanging out.
I'm going to be the only
funny.
one
So
that's
mad.
me.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, Gus is Gus.
What?
Oh no! What happened?
someone tried to buy something.
Josh, what are you doing?
No, someone tried to
Why
buy
are you
something.
buying the 4-pack?
That's
Hey,
not me. That's not me. Do you want me to fix it though?
Yeah,
Hang on.
yeah.
That'd be great, thank you.
Someone tried to buy a character that we don't know. That's what
Oh,
just
is it
happened.
me?
Maybe.
Potentially.
I'm up the top.
Maybe.
I don't want to purchase.
Episodes drop at midnight.
Available now.
So
Yeah, I was
that'll
gonna
be
buy
up.
it. I was gonna buy
Your
it.
episode will be up after this episode.
Does that kind of look like something?
Just a bit.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Just a bit.
Just saying.
From the back.
Pete, your cassette.
No, I'm Fairy Floss.
Your
I-
fairy
I'm
floss.
Or a
cassette.
cloud.
So X.
There's more options? Oh, yeah, and they're in crates.
Not quite.
There we go.
This is crazy.
These are awesome characters.
You've got a pencil through the.
Yeah, no, I love that.
And yeah, they've got because we spoke to Ashley during our accessibility chat.
Yes.
Ages back. And yeah, they've gotten here. You hit X.
That's why I'm in a wheelchair.
Yeah, because when the game started,
like, I'm
they
gonna be
all
so-
were, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh wow, that's amazing!" But then I
Yeah.
realized there's a button that's a toggle
Yeah.
for it.
Am I
Oops.
a worm or am I the apple as a head and I've a worm companion?
I think the apple has gained sentience thanks to the worm being within it. Kind of like how a dead body will sometimes gain movement if enough
Has everyone-
parasites are within it.
Or
Yeah.
Spider's Man in the
Oh,
comics.
spider's jaws.
He's a man full of spiders.
He's made of spiders.
Oh.
Yeah.
Has everyone
spiders,
man.
picked a
That's
character and pressed A
terrifying.
numerous times?
I have. Yeah,
Selected,
that's why I'm
selected.
thumbs.
It wasn't me.
There we
There
go.
it
It was
is.
me. It's my fault.
All right.
So if we play, we should pick
Alright.
up from level 1.
Hello, Louise.
Move it or lose it. The bus.
Everyone get in the couch co-op position.
Yeah.
Who's driving? Who's driving?
You are.
Wait, are we all driving?
Is that not?
We're all
yeah,
driving
If
the
you move
truck.
sticks, it. That's like a real
Everyone,
wheel.
everyone can honk the horn,
Everyone
which is
stop.
why.
Yeah.
Can I drive?
Hang on, and that's the first mission. That's where we're going.
Okay. We can get there.
I think as the one person who doesn't have a license, I think I should drive. Actually, I was just.
Okay.
Fuck, this
I
is
think
the
you
game.
are driving.
I'm not
Yeah.
driving.
No, everyone
I'm
is.
just,
I
I'm
don't know.
just-
driving.
I'm not
just
on
Wait,
stage.
okay, I'm driving.
Gus
You
is
just drive.
driving.
Yeah, that's just been you the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. No, someone else is driving.
That's
Peter.
you the whole time. I'm not touching anything.
All right, I'm driving.
I'm glad.
You're driving too. I saw you.
What are you talking about? Neither am I.
Oh my god.
I'm not
Yeah,
either.
you're driving with
Oh
your
my
legs
God.
now.
No, my legs are apart.
This is so bad.
How, okay, hold on.
This is like driving in Cyberpunk.
Okay.
This is
let's-
like starting a lobby in Halo 2. We're gonna get there.
Oh,
Let's all get
See,
there.
this is actually nothing like starting a lobby in Halo because you can't hear any slurs.
I wonder if you get rid of the fences.
We're
that,
in.
that helps.
Just saying.
Hey,
Just saying.
you leave that to the MOBAs. Halo's fine.
Sure it is.
All right.
Okay.
I'm tape man.
So from memory, right trigger to grab things, X to throw them, and A to jump.
Why would you throw things? We're going to move things in a
Out.
polite and orderly manner.
I'm going to throw you so bad.
Are you ready?
Here's the house.
Hate
Oh,
this.
and B
Do we wanna be-
shows you all the things you need to grab. So all these little icons. If you get stuck, and that's all the room in the truck.
Do we want to be respectful?
Nope. Let's go.
Windows.
I want to be respectful. Whoa, guys.
Oh,
all right.
I've started with a couch.
Here we go. Yeah. Oh. Okay.
sorry, helping?
Through here. 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
jump.
Where's the fucking
Jump.
train?
Can we jump? No, we can't. I don't think we can jump.
Grab
all
a
the way.
box through the window.
They will jump.
There we go.
I've got the bed.
So everything that's highlighted
How do you
needs to be
throw again?
moved. Is that right?
Yeah.
X?
So B will do a
Okay,
a quick little
Oh,
splash.
X is slap.
We've made a terrible mistake.
Yeah.
I reckon I can get a
Let me
single.
help.
Who's helping me with the single seater? Pete, that was you.
I was, but now I'm not. I'm getting this coffee table.
Well, let me help you with the coffee
Get all
table.
the little things
help
out
me
of
with
here.
the coffee table.
Oh, pardon
Thank
me.
you.
I don't need that.
Luigi, Gus?
Yep. Hipster. There it is. I'm.
All right, we're doing it.
There we go. We're moving out. Then we high five after you let it go.
How'd you do that?
Press
Oh,
X to
excellent.
slap.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, keep helping me.
I know. I think you slapped me whilst.
Oh,
whilst-
sorry. What slap?
X.
X.
X. Okay, I will never slap. Wait.
I will never slap.
So don't stop moving something just because someone else has grabbed it.
I mean, we could just
We
move
move things
faster.
so quickly together.
yeah, because
It's like it's
things are
encouraging
heavy.
cooperation.
Yeah.
think that.
Can
Let's
someone
get it back in the
please
car.
help me?
Oh no, I got it
Please.
stuck on. Can I get rid of the door?
Stop moving things out of the truck.
I need to make room for this.
There we
Okay,
go.
that's fine. That's fine. I'll move this around.
Oh my god. Every time I grab it, you leave.
Yeah, let's
we
do this
go.
together.
Oh, Will just was the silent lifter, just
I know,
moving a
yeah.
couch without
The
asking
silent
for,
lifter.
asking
This
for
is
any
good.
help.
This is a good truck full of stuff already.
I've got the shitter.
What else do we need? You grabbing a whole shitter?
Yep, got the toilet.
Yep.
Oh, you left the plumbing.
It's
And how do you
unplumbed.
throw again?
All
we're gonna
these,
take the
all
bed?
these outdoor
Wait.
chairs need to go as well.
I think if it's light enough to be thrown, you can hold X while you've got it,
Yeah.
and then you can throw it. Yeah.
Ah,
And you get a
I'm
little
gonna need help
reticule.
with this bed, guys.
Toilets. Can we throw on top?
Guys, I'm gonna need help with this bed stat.
Uh,
Guys, bed stat.
Coming.
Stat. I said stat.
Let's put it out the window. Out the window. Out
what
the
does
window.
stat
Okay, how?
mean?
Out
I
the
don't
window.
know. Doctors say it all the time.
Oh, I
Jump.
got it.
All right, look. Will.
Doctors are smart, so
There's
they
no
must
way
know.
that I can help you
Oh,
there.
you're helping.
We're
Oh,
doing
jump,
it. We're doing
jump,
it. We're
jump,
doing
jump.
it.
There we
Jump,
go.
everyone jump.
All right, we
Jump,
ready?
jump,
We
jump,
ready
jump.
to
We're
throw?
doing it. We're doing it. On top. If everyone jumps on the other shit,
Yeah,
is that how this works?
yeah. Or at least into it.
Oh, okay, hold on.
That's
hold on.
in. That's in.
That's in. That's
That counts?
Crammed in.
That's in.
Ow.
It's done. It's dusted.
It was a
We're freaking doing
it's a
it.
Yeah.
celebratory high five, Pete.
Okay.
What doesn't help you in a
I want
wheelchair?
to sing.
Is that everything? Hang on.
Nah.
Not quite. Just do a couple of taps. There we go. We nailed it.
Oh,
That's totally awesome.
We're very good at this game.
Are we going to rate it on time
easy
or
peasy, lemon
teamwork?
squeezy. What does juicing
I wouldn't say
citrus have to
teamwork.
do with moving?
These are
We
some
crushed it.
classic Ashley lines, guys. Just saying. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it would have been good if it said, we fucked it.
3 stars?
We didn't let that sink in or zap it.
Okay.
Okay.
Completing a
So-
job unlocks bonus. Oh, we didn't have those accessible.
Yes.
So now we can do them.
So
But we
what
don't have
does it tell us what it is?
We'll just do the next level.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, okay.
We should guess. Let that sink in. I assume is pull a sink
Pull the
out
sink
of a
out.
wall.
Zap it is
Get
Get-
water on something.
electrocute the water
Yeah.
and then put Gus in the water.
Yep.
Put Gus in
I don't remember the third one.
Yeah, something else.
Now
Good
let,
driving, Gus.
thank you. Is that both of us, Ruby?
Rookie Raggy. Yeah, it was.
That was a stretch. Okay.
So we emptied the truck somewhere. We're not just driving.
Yeah, it's not a full truck. Yeah,
Okay,
that'd
cool.
be crazy.
That
yeah,
makes
we
sense.
dropped them off at the house
Is that a
because they're
wacky?
moving out.
That's all of us saying shit.
But why? But our truck's empty.
And then
Oh, there's
it
another
gets
full.
full.
It's very. I like how similar this is to the original. Like currently,
Yeah.
it's like this could just be extra levels, or even the same levels from moving out.
Yeah.
I like that it's like shit's gonna get
All right.
weird, but let's take a breather first.
I'm heading upstairs.
I went to see
I'm going to throw as much as I can.
I accidentally broke stuff. I don't think we need the noodle.
Yes, we do.
Okay, hang on.
Yes,
That's
we
all the things
doodle.
need.
You get the pizza.
What's throw again?
X.
There we go. I'll send
I
everything
got it.
out the desk. There we go.
Ah!
Too heavy? Can we throw it together?
This stuff isn't anything because it's not going yellow.
I think, yeah, if something's too heavy, you don't get the reticule, right?
Is this
Yes, correct.
Yeah, all this stuff is nothing.
How are we
We
gonna
go
get
downstairs. We gotta go downstairs.
Oh, you can jump it out?
Where'd the noodle go?
No.
Because
No.
it's
We can if
it's-
there's both of us on it.
Oh.
Unless
hang
it
on.
goes gold, it's not
Get this table
relevant.
with
Yeah,
me.
to
but
the-
Both grab table?
I think
Yeah.
they want it.
Oh, they want. I see.
I think they
see.
would like
Oops,
to
I
have
just-
Yep.
Nice.
I embedded
Nice.
the toaster
This
on the
table.
wall. There we go.
I'll get that in.
They want the toaster.
Do you guys want to hear a
Did
fun
we miss
fact?
the goose? Was there apparently a goose we're meant to notice?
Ah,
Oh, down the hoop?
really? Found it.
Oh, yeah, there's a goose there.
Goose? Hold on.
Is that what I'm looking
There's
at?
an icon.
What
Is
is
that where the
that?
goose went?
Or where the goose
Could
wants.
Wants to go.
Oh! Hi!
You found him.
Oh, put him in the truck. Put him in the fridge and then in the truck.
Is there one in every level?
Maybe.
All right.
Oh,
If you're lucky.
shouts out.
Oh, I found a basketball.
Untitled
Oh my
Goose
goodness.
Game. Great game.
Someone help me with futsal.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Hang on.
Futsal. Futsal. There's a window.
Futsal.
Let's go out the front door.
Yeah.
Like normal movers.
The fush.
Do you want to hear fun facts?
Is it real?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you know the song "What Do You Want From Me" by Adam Lambert?
Well, what do you want from me?
Yeah. Do you know that was
I didn't know it was Adam
actually
Lambert.
it was actually written by Pink and was originally meant to be sung by Pink.
Sounds like it.
Oh.
Because it sounds like a fucking Pink song.
Sure does.
Come on.
That's my fun fact.
I had so much fun.
Why are you blue?
Fun fact from
Get to
Ruby.
the fucking hoop.
All right, Gus.
Sorry.
Angus.
I'm playing basketball back here.
All right.
Oh,
Oh yeah, and she sung it too. There
Oh,
is
did-
a recorded version of "What Do You Want From
Wow.
Me" by Pink.
That is
So-
interesting.
Yeah, it was a fun fact.
Will didn't find it.
Can
interesting.
someone help me
Sure.
with this L couch?
Yes.
Because currently
I need to see.
That couch
I'm
is
catching
an
a
L.
fucking L. Let me just say.
There you go.
Because
Oh,
I'm
actually,
losing
through that way?
it.
This is a dumb idea.
I'm not gonna see Pink because she does a bit too much circus stuff
was gonna
for
say,
me, and
yeah.
it's just a bit intense.
I fucking love
Too
that.
much circus stuff?
Yeah.
Isn't that her
Yeah.
whole-
She
honestly-
she does. She
Get done. Yeah, get done.
Is that what
It's
Pink
enough.
says?
Enough is enough. Get done.
she will like trapeze around the fucking stadium
just
while
sing.
singing those songs. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's an incredible feat. I just
You,
like, I
you
don't
think
know.
she has incredible feet?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we should look it up on WikiFeet. Is that a new segment we're doing?
Who's pulling this
Yes.
out of the
Looking
window?
people up on
Me. Because
WikiFeet.
it's better.
Yes, because I'm on WikiFeet.
There we go.
It's
Because the bed, you two throw the bed
And
out
I
the
want
window.
to know why some
Oh,
people
did
do
you?
better than me
You're
on
on
WikiFeet.
WikiFeet.
I am, but
Oh,
as
okay.
Barjo.
Oh.
My feet are on his profile.
Oh. What do you want from me?
I
Sorry.
don't like what my character's doing.
Yeah.
Then, but
In
you
bed,
control
you've never
the-
seen your character do that in
You
bed?
control its character. That's
Doing
the
it,
problem.
doing it,
Oh,
doing it,
wait, is
doing
that
it,
an
doing it,
outfit?
we're doing it.
Is that an outfit? Sorry.
No.
I think it's a it's
Yeah,
an
I get it
unlockable.
now.
Yeah,
I can grab
yeah.
it.
There.
Let go, let go, let go.
Let them do their thing. Is everything else in here?
Yes.
Do they want the? Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's go.
Huge.
Let's go.
This isn't gonna fit. There's stuff on the
It'll
stuff on the
always
truck
fit.
that shouldn't.
There's always room for Jello.
The blue is an outfit.
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely want that.
Yeah. And we can. Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Nice.
There we go. So there's a
Wait,
tiny
do we
little.
Put it
there's
on
a
the goose.
There's a tiny
Fuck,
little
fuck,
stool
fuck,
over
fuck,
there.
fuck.
We want to get rid of this blue chair.
Yeah, I see this.
No.
Hang
That's an outfit.
Yeah.
Oh, we want that.
It's a free
okay.
outfit.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What's going on in
Stop
the
knocking
driveway?
my arcade.
Will gets angry so rarely that when I hear it, I'm like, that's real.
Oh god. He immediately stopped.
Anyone else notice what's going on in the driveway?
Yeah, there's a fight going
I
on.
don't
a
want
little
that.
bit of a
Oh.
shuffle.
I'm just throwing some extra stuff in because we got room on the truck.
Yeah, it's good. They love it.
I'll get this flamingo.
How do we check? There we go. You
there's
can check
three-
what
there's
else we
three
need.
things.
I like the way
left.
that the tube animates.
It's some physics.
It's got a bit of physics,
Come here,
hasn't
come
it?
here, come here, come
Let me
here.
drag her in the window.
When was the last time anyone actually moved?
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, tubular man.
All right. I was like,
No, in real life.
we're
Sorry.
all, we're all playing the game. It's
I'm
not
just
just
like,
you.
who was the last person
on,
on
hold
these
on.
couches
Wait,
to move
hold
What
forward?
are we missing?
What is that?
Kobe.
Oh,
Alright,
this
no.
isn't in
Hold
anymore.
on. Hold on. Let me
The
just.
barbecue.
Have we
This
messed
is a
up?
two-person barbecue.
We
No.
messed
Kobe.
up this
No.
box on top of the this box up here. We can't get to anymore.
Two more things.
The box on the roof of the car. We can't get to
Kobe.
it anymore. Can we?
What
Alright,
box
hold
on the
on.
roof of the
What
car?
box?
It's alright. Hold on.
That
Give me a sec.
icon.
Hold on.
Where?
Hold on.
What are you talking about?
The
We just need to
purple
get
icon.
we just need to
Oh,
get
that
this.
one.
Hold on.
this in.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
there's one on the
Alright,
roof.
we're done.
Yeah.
Kobe. All right, that didn't work. Hold on, give me a sec.
The box on the roof of the car.
I'm just gonna.
We can't get to it.
Hang on.
It's on the truck.
Yeah.
Which car?
Yeah. Oh, is it just go in here
Truck.
first?
Oh.
Jesus
But wait,
Christ.
I just need a dunk. Hold on.
Hang on.
Cars and trucks
on.
are different things, guys.
I need a dunk. I need a dunk.
God
Hold
damn
on.
it.
Hold on. Kobe. No,
through that
okay,
shit.
Hold on.
Me. I went for intercept.
Hang
I'm
on, wait.
I'm going to take a shot.
Wait, did you say someone?
You ready?
Hang on.
You ready? Where's the ball?
Oh, we fucked it.
Oh,
I
got
think
another
we
one. I
can't
got
do
another
this
one.
mission.
No, we can.
Kobe.
We're the QA.
No,
We knock
hold
it
on,
in.
Hold on.
We're
It's
gonna knock
cool.
it in.
We
It's cool.
can't.
We're gonna get it.
We can't
We
get
got
up
it.
there.
I've got it.
Wait, are you playing basketball or getting the
Yeah,
box?
I'm getting it
Where's the
in
ball?
there. Oh, I'm throwing the
hold on,
basketball
hold on.
at the.
Shit.
Where am I? Oh, there
How
we
did
go.
it get up there?
Hold on. Let me just.
You threw it there.
You just said
Hold
no,
on.
no. I think he was
Hold
saying
on.
he was.
I've actually
he was
got
into
this.
it.
It's actually fine. I've actually got it. Hold on.
Yeah, get on that box.
Yeah.
Now
Kobe.
throw.
Yeah, I gotta
Jump and throw.
Oh.
All right, I got a ball. I got a ball.
Hold on.
Yeah, give it a go. Give it a go.
I'm dunking.
Physically can't get there.
Yes, we can.
Kobe. Oh!
Perfect game.
Sorry.
Ready?
Sorry. I'm chill. No,
Oh,
I
there's an invisible-
I almost
there's an invisible
dunked.
bullshit.
I almost
There's an
dunked.
invisible-
Hold on.
Ruby,
I
keep
almost
it up.
dunked. I almost dunked. It's so
Oh, we
chill.
got this.
It's so chill. It's so chill.
Oh man. Oh wait, why don't we should try the other way.
Oh! Did you see that?
Oh, from
Yeah.
from in here?
I almost dunked.
Oh, it's high. I think it's on an invisible. Like there's a
hold
firm
on, hold
wall
There might
There's a
be.
firm wall you got there.
above the truck.
Can we grab it as we jump?
I tried it a couple of jumps.
Yes! Okay, I did it. I dunked. All right, we can end it.
Well, we can't.
We actually can't.
All right, hold on. Let me.
Shit.
All right. The barbecue also rolled back out the back of the.
Is that the box isn't shining?
Maybe the goose put it up
Oh
there.
wait,
Are they
hold
goose
on.
eggs?
Hold on. Hold
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
Is that a cheeky
Holding?
goose? It's on the truck.
It's this.
Yeah, we
isn't
could
it?
drive.
It's not on the truck. It's behind it, right?
No, the box on the roof of the
Hold B.
truck.
You hold B to see stuff, do you?
Yeah, it's that.
Why?
It's that.
Why?
Why?
It's definitely that.
Yeah, it's definitely that thing. It only requires one
Fuck.
person.
No, it's that. It's that little tiny thing.
What?
I told
There
you.
was a little thing just outside the door of the
Oh my
truck.
god.
Yeah, literally.
Well done, Ruby.
Thank you. I dunked. I'm just like Kobe. Rest in peace.
Shit.
I
So
think
you're right. It was
These
definitely
games
goose eggs.
Make me feel.
I think it's gonna
Yeah.
be. I think it's gonna be a
No
bonus.
goose eggs.
I might be wrong, but I think it's gonna be a bonus.
You could have totally done that.
Yes, it was.
Who let the goose out?
Boom.
Style crate collected.
Nice, everyone.
Who let the goose out?
I'm sure the
Yeah.
dialogue's great, but
It's crazy how good I am at video games, and I'm the best of them.
I have so much rage inside me right now.
no, it's not fun. New style?
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Oh, kitties.
Cool.
Oh,
For
it's
a
little
taco?
sushi.
What is the last one?
That's an onigiri.
Oh, it is too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn
Taco,
cute.
hot dog on a
Break
grill.
room?
Aw.
What's in the break room?
Probably a musical guest.
Pick your own
Oh,
outfit. Everyone pick
okay.
new outfits.
Yeah, right.
Everyone, we'll all pick that new character.
That won't be confusing in the slightest.
Oh, yeah, because that was so easy to follow. We were all good.
It's raining.
Oh my god. Oh
where are
no.
we?
I have
Where are
laundry
you,
out.
curses?
I have to go.
It's fine. It's just getting a
Let's try
second
tomorrow.
wash.
I'll try tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just go when you get home. Get some powdered laundry detergent and just throw it at it.
Wait for Game of Life, Peter.
Let's give it a rub.
Yeah, sorry, I'm spoiling.
Oh my god.
Ruby's
what's
roller
out there?
coaster of emotions
All
went
of my
from
clothes
no.
that I was gonna wear.
Ruby
for
went from
the
a flying
2
high slam
days.
dunk to I've left laundry in the rain.
Oh, dear.
All right, hang on. Why isn't this working?
Call your housemates. Tell them to bring it in. That's why you have
Yeah.
housemates.
I don't know if
What?
that
Why hold?
works.
That's the only reason to live with another human being.
Cat Shack.
At the cat shack.
That and the rent.
Baby.
Okay.
Was that good? Or
That
was
was
that
good
what you-
B52.
Is that something?
B52.
Is that
Is that
something?
something? Oh, love, shake, baby. Here we go. A pool.
Taco-
Oh, these
Taco
guys are
squad.
rich.
Wow.
There's too much stuff.
Agent 47 would kill someone in this house.
That's
Oh,
true.
Absolutely.
Fuck, look at that pool.
That's sick.
With
I'm going straight for the
Lilo
soccer ball in the
somehow.
middle.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't swim.
Where am
You
I?
can't swim.
Sorry, I should have. I said that just as you jumped.
I threw the thing up. It went in the truck. I'm fucking amazing.
Wow. Oh, this is a useless chair.
Check me out. I'm
Someone
Sam
take
Kerr.
this as well.
Get out of here, crab.
Oh,
Is
God.
that door locked?
Fuck off.
A loser.
How is the door locked?
Get out.
This is all the stuff we need.
Oh, I got it.
Just kidding.
Some shit up here.
Arcade machine.
What?
No, what's this?
Get out of here, crab.
We're too far away from each other, everyone.
I know. Walking around the pool is challenging.
Shit, everything rolling out
Why
of the
is
truck.
that funny?
Everything rolling out of the truck
Just the
is going...
phrase. It's never not funny, just normal things in life being difficult in a video game.
Yeah.
It's really hard to walk around a pool.
There it is.
Oh my god.
Oh, a hose?
Who's got?
I think I broke something of importance.
Oh,
Like, I think it snapped.
oh wow.
Okay. I'll wait in the truck.
Oh
Everyone
my
just throw
god,
things
the
at me.
throws are amazing.
That's good. Throw stuff
Right.
at me.
Yeah.
Wait,
You
oh,
can
it's a
jump. You
level
can jump before you
up.
throw as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but Ruby, you can go here.
Jump throw.
Jump throw. Go straight in the truck. Oh, didn't
Kobe.
bounce.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Just be wary of the crab. Oh, the fucking door's shut.
What does the crab do?
The crab will take stuff out of the
Hi.
truck. But
Wait, what?
What if
put-
I take the crab
Don't
and I
bring
put
him
it
in
How do you know
in the
about the
truck?
crab?
I nailed,
What's the
I
deal with the
nailed
crab?
putting the crab on the bounce jump so he wouldn't.
Oh, that was
So you
so
don't
good.
want him in the truck?
not particularly.
Okay, it's
You
okay.
did an
Hold on,
amazing
I got it.
job,
I got it.
Rowan.
I got him.
Thank
I got him.
you.
It's fine. I'll just
Dead-
hold
dead
him
again.
for
Oh,
the rest
dead
of the
again.
game.
And die.
What if
Dead
I
again.
drop him in the pool?
He's a crab. He can swim.
Do they want this wheel? They do.
Wait, you did kill the
The
crab.
crab is gone.
Crab's
yeah,
gone.
you really
Crab's
killed
dead.
the crab.
My
Crab
God.
cakes for dinner. We're
Can we?
eating that
Who's gonna
bitch.
help me with this deck chair?
helping.
Let's go around the pool.
I'm helping.
Around the pool.
La, la, la.
Why don't we unplug
Best
things
friends
before we
moving a
start plugging?
deck chair.
Yeah.
We just
Stuck
hope
on
the
the
tug will
stairs.
do
Do we
it.
go up?
Let's get the fuck out of the way.
Do we go up?
Yeah, up we go now. Lovely,
You said
lovely.
up we go down?
Up we go now.
Let me,
Oh.
hang on, there you go.
Through
Yeah,
through the
go.
kitchen.
Yep,
Through the
up we
kitchen.
go
Through the
down.
kitchen.
I'll hold the door.
It's good
Thank
stuff.
you.
It's good stuff.
Oh,
Out here,
nice
coming
work.
through.
After you.
Teamwork.
Let me through.
Pardon me, deck chair.
Fucking.
Done.
Kangaroo kick.
That actually is
You've played a
incredibly.
lot of moving out, Will.
Oops. I did.
It's turning out that you played a lot of moving out.
Yeah. But the thing is, I played a lot by myself.
If that is from
Just
Can you
like-
play one player if you can't move
so
the couch
sad.
by yourself?
Yeah, I think they're just lighter. I think
okay,
it's
right.
just there's just not as much of a reliance on that.
TJ,
Yeah,
if that's
okay.
from today's AW Dynamite, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm keen to. I will probably watch it when I get home.
But yeah, no, this is
No, you won't. You will be drying clothes when you get
Throw
home.
it, throw it, throw it.
Yeah, I'll be
Pete, throw it.
dying.
This was as we said in the interview, it was a lockdown game, it was a lockdown spawn point thing. So we played a little bit for show, and then I was like, I'm just gonna play this for the rest of the day. This is great fun.
How good. All right, what do we get left?
I've got a trident. Oh,
Pool
so-
table. Anyone want to tackle that with me? Come on. Pool table.
I'm pulling the kitchen sink out
Arguably the hardest
for the
thing to move.
points.
There you go.
Oh, where'd my...
Going
I'm gonna
for a
need help
big-
with this kitchen sink,
Oh, I
please.
got you.
Drop the
I
hat
got
stand.
you.
Yeah, you got me. Thank you. Thank
Oh.
you. Oh, look at us go.
Oh,
Good. And we got through the door.
Oh, we
Stay
got
up,
through
buddy.
the
Can I
door.
ask? I've got a plate over here with a different icon, and I threw it at the truck, and it
Yeah.
shattered.
Yeah, I broke something earlier as well.
You got a plate over here?
Oopsies.
Like the guy.
Plato, yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
Comet is
I've
gold
heard
this
that. I've
evening,
heard that he's
so I
good
just had to
at.
put that
He's
down.
smart guy.
He's good at the planets.
Yeah.
No, that was Pluto.
That was.
Plato was like, "Hey, don't you think?"
That's where he stopped.
And everyone was like, "Whoa."
Wow.
And he was like, I'm on to
Yeah.
something.
Dude, we've nailed things.
Hey, haven't you ever thought about? And it's like, "Whoa, yeah." That's what philosophers do.
My brain
They go,
hurts.
"Hey, doesn't that make you think about
Oh,
it?"
sorry.
You're like, I'll help you with it. Actually, look at this couch. Oh my god.
No, you go on the front. I go on the back.
Okay,
Cute,
just
cute.
Pivot,
chuck- do you want me
pivot.
to?
I can't chuck. Yeah.
Pivot.
Nice work, nice work,
You
nice
just
work.
push.
I am
Fucking dream
Oh.
team over here. What are those chumps doing? Nothing.
Yeah.
stuck in a
Fucking
door with
nothing.
There we
a
go.
hot dog head.
Embarrassing.
We're the ones getting all the work done.
Yeah.
Shut
If
up!
you
I've
press-
just realized
if-
how much moving makes my blood boil.
And
Well,
getting-
even in a
If you
comical
press
sense.
X, can we both
None.
throw it? Yeah.
Oh shit! You can.
So double people will be able to throw items. That's what I was trying to say with the bed when I was trying to throw it out the window.
Let's throw this pool table.
Yeah.
Wait, let's go past these
Wait,
jumps.
two people can throw
Yeah,
a
so
pool
yeah,
table?
Two
chuck
people
it.
can throw.
Two human beings
Yes.
can throw a pool
How do you do the
table.
heave
That
ho?
is
Alright, ready?
correct.
How do you
Ready?
do the heave
Let's
ho?
get this out on the balcony.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw it across the pool.
Just
All
give me
right,
a
that's
hand.
Ready?
trustworthy. Yeah.
Okay,
Can I?
holding X.
Hold on. What the heck?
Oh my god!
What the
Wow.
shit?
What the fuck just happened?
The A team over
Oh,
here,
yeah.
pool table.
Was it about
off
my
the net? Kobe.
There's no way. That was sick.
And that was a late
That was
press as well.
ridiculous.
Did we play another one, or is that just too good to finish on? We can play another.
Oh,
Let's
you're
do one more.
supposed to bounce multiple items off the umbrella.
Okay.
Don't use a sliding door.
No. Oh wow.
Oh, we could have been bouncing shit the whole time?
Not a
Yeah.
fluke. Not a fluke. That was
Not a
a
We
fluke.
collected an
that was promo.
arcade cartridge. What does that mean?
Is there games to play, like extra arcade
Oh,
games?
Potentially.
That's fun.
That's what the arcade machines are for.
Skip.
Oh,
That's why
inside
we're
the
taking all those
So,
times.
the
We're just
crazy-
taking them back to the
The
depot.
crazy thing about philosophers.
Okay, for sure. No, that totally was a thing. That's one of the collectibles in the game.
Are
There's
they
a bunch-
mini games?
There's mini games, but that's what if you see in the trailer. There's like really thin strips. It's a lot of like carrying items along difficult paths.
Yeah,
that are
cool.
knocking you
Guess what we're
around.
doing?
Oh no!
Yes.
Freaking arcade, baby.
Let's
Twisted
do it.
Fury.
Let's do it.
Oh, just to let you guys in on this, I was furious before. Moving makes my blood boil,
Yeah.
even in this sense. And so while we were playing that humorously, I was
Oh,
angry.
God, I know
After
what
that
this
pool table
is.
move, I feel great. So,
This is a great thing to do at the end of this. Yeah.
Peter,
Okay,
I was trying to.
you go. Who's yellow?
I'm so angry.
Who's yellow?
I'm yellow. So
okay, go in.
I need you to swing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is
Fucking
gonna be.
hell,
shit.
No, you go. Keep
Yeah,
going
yeah,
back,
yeah.
and then I'll go this way.
Yep. Nailed it.
Yep, and then I'll go back.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
you'll
yeah.
go in,
Oh, this isn't hard.
and then you'll go that
I'm
way.
gonna go- yeah,
but
I'm
you're
gonna-
gonna go back in there.
Yep.
And you're gonna keep going back. Yep. So then I can go here.
Look
and
at
then
us
I'm gonna go back.
Ooh,
And then you're ooh ooh. There we go. There we go.
Sick.
Very nice.
Oh,
Okay.
these two.
And we're gonna keep going this way.
Well, what are we doing here, Ruby?
I'm back. Fuck you. Fuck
Do
you.
you think they need to get over here
I
for
have
it
a-
to
I
work?
have a feeling they may need
Yeah.
to. These two fuckers. Oh my goodness.
I'm not coming back.
All right, let's
there
go
you
to the
go.
couch. Let's go to the couch.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay. Sort them out, Ruby, please.
Yeah.
Is this Are we competing?
Look at you going through the maze. No, we're working together. I think we both need to be in this pink section to be able to progress.
All right, here we go.
Ruby, stand on the couch, because then they won't. Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
Nailing it. Nailing it.
Come here, you
Good.
kids. Oh!
Okay, no, so you need to each be on separate sides
Yeah.
of the couch.
This is,
So
this is
here,
pivot central.
Here. Here.
No.
Oh my fucking god.
Peter, we got this.
All right, let me get
Bro.
fucking.
All right, we got it.
Yep, we got it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my. Okay, so come this way. Come forward. Come forward. Come forward. Come forward. Come forward. Come
That's
forward.
it, that's
and
it.
then you go back. And you go back.
Oh,
you go back.
fuck.
You go back. You go
This is
back.
working
You go
well.
back.
I'm back as far
And
as
then I go forward.
Yep.
I go back. I go back. I go
Let me
back.
just hang
I
on.
keep going. I keep going. And then I'm going
Fuck,
this way.
don't you dare.
And you're going
Amazing.
back.
Don't you dare. Oh, the thing's gone.
This is actually super cool.
It is really cool.
We should have been doing this the whole time.
Yep, and then we
Oh,
go
it's not
right
yet.
around. There we go.
We're coming to
Very
help.
good.
We're
Very
coming to help.
good.
in there, you
Nice. There we go.
There we go.
Hey.
All right,
couch
and
puzzle.
I'm joining Will again because.
Please.
Let's beat
Oh,
him.
hang on.
Let's
Oh,
beat him.
oh,
Let's
oh,
go.
hold on,
Let's
hold
go.
on.
Let's
Oh
go.
my god. Oh my god.
Later,
Okay,
idiot.
go.
No,
What the
no,
fuck?
well,
Oh, shit.
Next one,
Okay,
next one,
okay.
next one.
Go,
There you
go,
go.
go.
Not too fast, not too fast.
Okay, right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh my god, we're so good
go.
at this.
It's so
go.
great at video games, Ruby.
too far, not too far,
Will,
not too
you and
far.
I, we're the best at video
I
games.
think so.
That's actually,
Pete,
we
we're
should
going to
have.
overtake them when we go through here.
Oh my
Fuck no.
god.
Go,
All right.
go.
Actually,
Now.
you know,
Get out,
Ruby,
get
let
out.
him go. Let him
Let him
go.
go. Yeah, you go first. You go
No,
first,
don't you
guys.
dare.
You go first. You go first.
Find out for us.
We did it. We did
All
it.
right.
You're the-
Let me. Let
Okay,
me,
what are we doing?
Let
with
them
it? Next
clear
one?
the next
Just throw
thing.
like this?
Yep.
Don't touch red?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Shit. Oh, shit.
Alright, let's go.
Okay,
Ruby.
we ready?
Yeah, yeah.
Do we think the front on is the best way
And
to
then
be
let's
doing
pivot,
this?
pivot,
Pivot,
pivot.
pivot.
No,
You ready?
yeah,
One,
and
two,
go, go, go.
three. Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay, ready, and
Wait,
go.
we nailed it. We're the best at video games.
God damn it.
Oh boy.
It's a shame that it zooms out so far.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
we're going. Hard run.
You got this.
And then pivot.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
Save me. Save me.
Okay.
And 3.
Your
One,
floor
go.
isn't
Oh,
there.
thank you, Shop Freakazoid.
Easy.
All right, over we go. Pete, let's overtake him. Let's go.
Yeah, we
Let's
got
go.
this
We
one.
got this.
Oh,
For
okay.
sure. What are
We
these
got-
balls?
Let me go.
Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, oh Jesus.
these
Okay,
balls?
sorry,
Long ways?
come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
The balls kill?
What this mean?
The
What the
balls
what
kill?
it
Balls will
means?
probably bounce you.
Okay.
No, just stop you. So, okay, come with me. Come with me.
Yeah,
Come with
let's
me.
go. Let's go. Let's go.
Come with me. Come with me.
I got
This is-
slapped. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I
Peter, I'm back.
refuse to fall down. I
go.
refuse to fall. I'm
Let's go.
gonna.
Let's go.
Let's
go. You may catch.
This day will be your last.
I'll let
I
you grab
promise
the
you
video.
that.
There you go.
Let's go long ways. Long
Count
ways.
your
Peter.
days,
I ran off the
bitch.
edge. I ran off the edge.
Let's take the couch.
Why are you causing problems?
Yeah, they had the good couch. That's what we.
I'm taking the couch.
We need the good
Ruby,
couch.
take the couch.
I've got the
Alright,
couch.
we got
I've got
this
the
couch.
couch.
Yeah, we
Oh
get
my
the
God.
good couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just
Long
swap
ways, long ways
couches.
outside.
See you
That's
later.
the problem.
Yes. Let 'em
See
go,
you
let 'em
later,
go.
nerds.
Yeah, see ya. Oh, we got
Bye,
this.
nerds.
That's
go,
for
let's go.
sure.
You know what? I'm actually just.
Oh, this was the magic couch, the easy couch.
Easy.
Yeah.
Very
See, the
hard
funny
couch.
thing is, you guys like, haha, nerds, see you later.
Come
All
on,
we
Ruby.
wanted you to do was
We
finish these
succeed.
fucking puzzles. This was what we wanted for you to finish it.
Peter, let's go.
Yeah, straight in.
Scar, brother.
Hang on.
Bye.
Wait. Oh. Let's go.
Heartless. Fucking heartless.
Don't give up.
Go that way. Yeah. No. I've changed my mind.
Why did you change your mind?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm coming.
let's support them in their dark times.
Wait. Okay. Ready?
Get out of here with your support.
I'm coming.
Don't want your help.
Oh my God.
Do it. You can.
Let's go, Pete. Wait. Go.
It's our couch. They're gonna touch the couch and pretend it's
Oh my
theirs.
god. No.
No. Same side.
There we go.
We all did it together.
Done.
What just happened?
That was incredible.
amazing.
That was really fun.
That
Those
was
little
good.
mini
That was a
games
good
are
one.
good.
From
All right.
the whole game is great, but those are they're the like
They're
real
the little
finicky
fiddly things. They're real
I
things.
instantly
Yeah.
I don't like them more, but I see the appeal of the mini
Yeah.
games. That's really fun.
It's the those games you want them kind of thing. It's just like quick,
It is,
finicky
yeah.
little
Yeah, yeah,
things, and
yeah.
yeah.
Can you do them? And you must be able to do them in single player.
You can, yeah. I think you
just
can
pull on the
complete the
couch
whole
by
thing
yourself.
single player. Yeah. So it's a very good gameplay, and I think it was a very good gameplay.
Yeah.
That was a very good
There was
gameplay.
some amateur gameplay, but then there was some
were
very
very
good
good
gameplay. as well.
gameplay.
There was some very good gameplay.
And hopefully these are some very good ads. We'll see you soon.
It's game plan time because there's no better time like the present to tell you which games are coming out this week. Moving Out 2 brings back the action-packed fun of throwing a desk through a window and getting paid for it. What do Red Dead Redemption and Vampire Survivors have in common? They're both coming to the Switch. En Garde sees you stepping into the stunning boots of legendary swashbuckler Adalia de Vololor and sword fighting with style. Nailed it. The Cosmic Wheel of Sisterhood is a narrative game for witchy peeps who love tarot vibes. That's me. And you can design your own cards. Madden NFL 24. Well, it's American football again. Go long! Sorry! Bomb Rush Side of Funk is a game packed with some of the coolest stuff around. And finally, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, based on the iconic 1974 film. You can play the murderer or their hopeless victims. Yay! Let me know in the comments which games you're playing this week.
What'd you get? Rabbit food. Again? I think mine's still growing. What about you? Cat food.
You blokes want anything from the shops?
Bloody ripper. Bloody unreal. Oh, what the f is that? Oh, Struth, this tastes like John Howard's dick. And I'd know. I just threw up in my mouth. I think it tasted better. Where's that cat food? Maybe that'll taste better.
Oh, this is in worse taste than Academy Award-winning actress Scarlett Johansson playing an Asian woman.
Oh, where the f did these come from? Oh.
EvilSpyBoy, the worst Australian taste.
Scotty, come on, come here. Scotty. Come here.
Oh, good.
Welcome to Shorts of Lore, where we uncover the mysterious histories of Backpocket's most infamous in-jokes. Tonight we'll be learning of a character you might have seen before in Twitch chat, the face of unexpected surprises known as the Gus Chart. The Gus Chart has its roots in a livestream of psychological horror game The Medium. At one point there occurred an unexpected jump scare, which was such a shock to Gus that his bottom accidentally expelled a considerable fart. Unsure if he had accidentally soiled himself in the process, he conspicuously darted his eyes to check if anybody else had noticed his potential pants predicament. Thankfully, nobody had, and Gus later reported that there was not, in fact, any follow-through. But as fate would have it, Gus's fortunate flatulent fluke lives on. Not as a skid mark in his underwear, but as the horrified face of a man at the precise moment he thought he might have sharted himself. The Gus Chart has now been immortalised as a Twitch chat emote, a throw cushion in the studio, and as a t-shirt you can buy for the low price of $28 Australian on redbubble.com.
Welcome back. To the Shartman himself.
Do you know Gus shit himself at Engadine Macca's?
But everyone has.
Everyone has.
Oh, dear.
We saw, obviously, Mitto's word from sponsor there and SirBoboGargle at the start. The EvilSpyBoy ad featuring Scardy and Pies. It's a good ad.
Bad girl.
Bad girl. Naughty girl.
Bad girl.
And the game plan as well. And also the promo for the podcast. A really good...
Sorry.
You're like a fucking anime character.
Yeah.
Great app coming out tomorrow.
Yes. It's a different app. It's not.
I don't think there'll ever be a normal app, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the thing to consider going forward with Pocket Buds is it's never going to be the same every time.
Yep.
It's either going to be kind of funny or very interesting, or perhaps a bit alarming. And I think that's what you can expect from this episode with lead developer of Dark Web streamer Chantel Ryan, who will be joining me on the show to talk about Dark Web streamer, but also about the horrors of early internet and the dark web.
The darker side of the internet,
A wonderfully dark episode with lots of really creepy shit I didn't realize, but spoken by someone I know with a lovely voice, but someone I didn't know with an amazing voice.
Oh my god,
Chantel's voice.
Chantel, not only is she so cool, like she's probably one of the coolest people I know. She's like, I love her.
Yeah.
She like you'll learn why.
You got to listen to the episode. It's available on all of the major podcast platforms.
You get your podcast.
Wherever you get your podcast,
but also,
listen up.
She's really cool, and her voice is just like butter. It's incredible.
But it's like sweet
calming,
ASMR butter talking about some really dark shit.
Yeah,
and
it's a fun juxtaposition.
If you're liking it, you should leave a 5-star review, but also leave a review on Apple Podcasts, because you can actually tap out a review and then I'll read it on the show.
There you go.
Yeah. And also talk about the show. I just shared the link, I think, today to the thread in Discord as well. There is a place to talk about the podcast. It is one of the threads under the specific pockets. So I think you follow a thread on Discord. I'm too old for this shit. But the thread in the specific pocket is called Pocket Buds, and it's a good place to chat about this stuff. And also, like, give feedback and tell us what you're enjoying about the show, because it's all new, so we're still learning as we go as well.
Yeah.
So that's all available for free. There is a bonus episode that will come to the podcast, to the Patreon, and that is for patrons at the gold pocket level and above.
Yep.
And so if you subscribe to Patreon, you'll get to listen to a bonus
Those
episode.
are separate audio feeds. Ben's putting them up there. And yeah, if you head to the Patreon and you go to the patron wall where all the posts are, and you're at that tier, you'll be able to listen to those bonus episodes, which are sometimes little catch-ups afterwards, extended chats.
Sometimes extended chats like I had with Levins.
Yep.
Sometimes it'll be like an extra little tidbit that I do. For this one, I'll give it away. For this one, I'm going to be reading about my favorite creepypasta, which is the Pokemon Lavender Town.
I thought you were going to say the shells.
The shells?
Yeah, the creepypasta.
Oh.
Like, because it gets all the bolognese and stuff goes inside the little shells.
So it's a mix between surrealist
Cast is
left of field
haunted.
humor and dad jokes. What a side of the couch tonight. And also, there's the other episode.
Yeah, Hard Agree is coming next Tuesday as well. The first episode, Hard Agree, was about the content drought that Ruby demands a drought in content. And so that episode went out on Tuesday. So there's 2 episodes a week going out for the next few weeks on Pocket Buds as well. So you should be subscribing. There's an episode coming out on Tuesday where Gus does things to birds you wouldn't imagine.
Let's just say if you liked the first episode because it had a very interesting pitch from Ruby that you thought that's a really great conversation starter. I'm going to bring that up with my friends. I'm going to have a chat about it. I'll get on the Discord like Peter said and have my own opinions because it's a sensible, interesting, abstract thought that relates to society. Just wait till you get to my episode.
Let's just say Gus loves birds.
Chickens can't fucking fly. I'll leave you with that.
So
but
he
yeah.
doesn't want to fuck him.
And I also don't want to fuck him. But that's on Tuesdays. There'll be an episode of Hard Agree. And then there's a 3rd episode of that. And there's potentially more podcast stuff coming down the line.
There will be.
There will be. More pilot episode stuff. So go check it out. It's a good time to have ears.
It's a great time to have ears.
Oh, what a wonderful time.
You like?
Yeah.
You like?
You like my earrings?
They are actually amazing.
They're very cute.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Shouts out to House of Dizzy. Good shit.
Not sponsored yet.
House of Dizzy. At all your available podcasting apps. It's time for Game of Life.
Let's do it. How wholesome.
How
I bet that
wholesome
kid
indeed.
just started playing soccer. Just got on the bandwagon.
Why are you nagging someone for enjoying something?
I'm not, I'm
And
just that
of
kid.
course, they grew up in Australia. Of course, they played fucking soccer.
I played AFL,
You have
mate.
to.
Of course, they played AFL. Good sport.
No one
Good
likes
sport.
AFL, mate. Game of Life is where we talk about not playing AFL. No, it is where we bring things to your attention that are making our lives better in the hopes that they might make your lives better. They're not to do with gaming. They might be a peripheral for gaming, because that's what I did last time. But and everyone was like, hang on a minute.
Wait a
I was like,
minute.
too late. But we're gonna hopefully improve your lives tonight. We're gonna start with someone who has one prepared. Gus.
Gus. Of course I have one prepared. This is one of my favorite segments. I've famously brought some amazing suggestions to the Game of Life that I hope you've all applied to your
Famously.
day-to-day routines. And today, mine is something we were always talking about before we got started tonight in the show. Get out there and make your own butter.
Ew. Sorry.
Now,
Sorry.
here's what you're all thinking.
Yeah.
Why?
That's crazy. I was thinking something else.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't thinking why.
Let's get your minds out of the gutter here and into the dairies.
Into the butter.
Into the butter. Recently, I decided to make some banana bread. It's an easy dish to make. Banana bread, if you haven't made it already, it's one of those things that you're making with half the ingredients that you are about to throw out. So you've got some bananas that are going off. Sure. That's half the work done for you. They are pre-mushed bananas.
Yeah.
So while I was getting ready to make banana bread, I thought, I'm going to make
Oh my God.
some specialty butter.
Yeah.
And I remember some specialty butter. I'd been down to a cafe and they'd done espresso butter. So it was coffee flavored butter. And I was like, that's perfect. Now, here's the problem. I didn't look up a recipe. I just went, that's 2 ingredients. I can make that. And so what I did is I took that lump of butter, like you saw, and I put it under a shot of coffee because that felt like something
You're right.
that...
So you used butter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So you
sorry.
didn't-
Yeah, we're going to get to the
No,
point.
no,
But I
no,
mean,
no, no,
make
no.
butter.
Yeah,
As an
sure.
extension of this
You
Game
put
of Life
coffee on
tip,
butter.
So wait.
Josh, can we
did
can
you
we
not
change
make
the card? Ready? Flavor your butter.
Flavor.
Did you not make butter?
Give your butter a coffee.
I just took a lump of butter. But I made my own type of flavor.
So you just
Flavored some butter.
yeah,
That's
you
also
flavored
interesting.
butter.
That's also interesting.
Should've
It's just
led with
different
that,
to what I
yeah.
thought was about to happen.
Yeah.
Please go on.
That's like okay. That's I'm sorry.
Step 1.
Okay, go.
Buy butter. Step 2.
Maybe butter that's going off. That might help you.
Make your
Yeah.
own chocolate.
Yeah.
Step 1, melt down the chocolate. Step 2,
One segment.
Hi. Flavor your own butter. So I took the butter, but I didn't actually take a recipe. I just worked out how to do it myself. Womp womp. But what I did, or I fucked up,
Okay.
is I put the butter in like an Instagram and it poured the hot shot of coffee over it and all melted into this wonderful liquid. It all smelt amazing. I looked up online. Apparently, once you destroy the crystals in the butter, it's incredibly hard to reform. What I was hoping to do was just mush my butter with a bit of coffee.
Sure.
I completely, as that Instagram showed, liquefied it. So I had to learn how to reform the butter properly, which involved putting it into a bowl, in another bowl full of ice, and then whisking for upwards of 20 minutes until it finally started to reform back into butter. But as you saw in that very satisfying Instagram post, it started to reform in like multiple phases of like gooiness and then curdledness and then solidifiedness, and then wrapped it all up in a bit of the Glad wrap and got it back in the fridge and got it back into a nice shape.
Yeah.
Wrapped it in a bit of wax paper, so it did look like I'd made it myself.
That looks
so
really
that
good
was the
there.
best bit.
Yeah,
That was really good.
That was the grossest bit, and then it kind of re-curdlified, and then set it in another block.
Yeah, it
Anyway,
doesn't look great like that.
you do actually add a bit of caster sugar as well, a bit of extra sweetness to it, and it was fucking awesome. I had a whole block of this very sweet, very lovely tasting butter.
I'm so glad you learned how to fix butter.
You destroyed butter
You
and then
learned how to fix butter.
Was that I
But
learned
we
how
can
to fix
mend
it.
butter.
How to
But
reform
instead
butter.
of looking up a recipe and nailing it, I fucked up everything and then looked up how to fix butter. But I've done similar things with like flavoring. But you can also take regular butter and put like chives and stuff in to make that nice butter that they do little discs of on top of your steaks. The steaks, all that kind of
shit
Doesn't
rocks.
take much to add a little bit of flavor to butter, but it adds a lot to your meal. You're very welcome. Anyone else?
Actually, I think it's
And that's how it's done.
I think it's actually a good moment to go to mine.
Sure.
And my game of life
Destroy
is
butter.
my game of life is stop learning stuff. Ignorance is bliss.
She's already ruining the segment.
So the thing is,
Last time you brought in think.
Yes.
and you know what? You know what?
This
You know what?
time.
I take it back. I took my own advice, hated it, and so you know what? I'm coming back. Learn nothing. It is time for us to stop learning shit.
Sure.
I think we're learning too much, and it's making us so sad. It's ruining lives. So I think we all collectively just stop learning stuff and live in bliss of being a fuckwit. Our lives are going to be so much nicer.
Are you like pro Brave New World, where kind of like people are just born and bred for their role and they don't have to think, they just
They're assigned
plod
a
along and
number.
everyone's happy, take your soma, go to bed?
If you think about reading an article, don't. Your life's going to be so much easier.
I've been doing that for years.
Yeah, man. I got to say.
Will, you had a question?
Yeah, I was like, is this
that?
driven by the amount of Nintendo games you played and you're just tired of tutorials? You don't want to learn. You just want to move past
No,
it.
it's driven by like I
that's
keep
just-
I keep going on TikTok and it'll come up with like I'll watch a video and then in the comments it will say like a search term and then I'll click that search term and it happened the other day and somehow I saw a video of a woman breastfeeding when I didn't want to. And so the thing is, and like there's nothing wrong with that, but it's also on TikTok and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Stop learning stuff.
What were you
What did you learn from that?
Nothing. So
Success!
And that's the game of life. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. You two should have top and tailed this seg. I feel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be too normal from now on.
I was going to say,
Are you giving
have
real advice?
You got anything serious and normal?
Will, you ready?
Will?
Well, I was going to talk about a TV show, but then I thought about a thing that I've been trying to adopt to my life for quite a while, which I haven't told you, Josh, but I'm going to say 3 numbers that hopefully you'll be able to type in. It's the 3-2-1 method of like trying to get to sleep.
Okay.
You heard of that?
No.
I can't remember how specifically it
Ruby's
goes.
checked out. She's not going to learn
Do you wanna
anything.
learn
Yeah.
anything?
So she's out.
Keep going.
Yeah, but
There it
it's
is.
zone out. Womp womp. I can't remember the specific
I'm making
order.
butter.
It changes. So don't make butter early because the 3 in it, and people in the chat will correct me. I believe the 3 in it is stop eating at that point. 3 hours before you're going to sleep.
Okay.
Oh.
You're doing that. 2 hours before I think is stop devices.
Yep.
And
And
stop
one is
screen.
have one wank.
One wank before
I've
bed.
been doing it the wrong way.
Okay, step one, making butter. Step one, make butter. Step two, jack your freaking dick off.
Maybe all of these are going to be great.
One, sleep time.
I think one is no water or something, so you're not paying through the night.
Sure.
So don't drink an hour before.
So
bed.
it was phallus related.
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
way.
My
sure.
problem is like when I go to bed, my
You gotta-
brain's immediately like, you're the thirstiest you've ever been. You're on a desert and you're gonna die.
Totally.
So I have to
Interesting.
drink water like right.
Have you tried it?
Oh yeah, I do it fairly. It's
Yeah.
it because it also forces you to be in bed because like I can't do anything, so I'm gonna be in bed and ready to go to sleep.
That's true.
At a good time.
So what were you having trouble with? You were getting into bed and you couldn't shut down for ages?
Yeah, I mean I've got a dietary thing where
Yeah.
like if I eat too close to bed, then it's just gonna be like, hey, let's
Troublesome.
keep getting up.
Yep.
But it's mostly the screen part of that is the best part.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's just like
I mean, yeah, that's a constant that everyone has been encouraging that none of us here are doing. I'm sure it's
No.
like,
Yeah, no.
and
See,
it does make a world of a
The
difference.
problem is I just got back into Honkai Star Rail, so
Yeah, that can be
My
fun.
problem is I'm doing all of those things up until I crawl into bed. Like
Totally.
I've got
Yeah.
a glass of wine, I'm eating a snack, watching TV,
Making butter.
and then I'm like bedtime, and I just go to bed and lie in bed.
Then you're like, bedtime.
and then you sit all over
You
yourself.
laughed last night. Fell asleep on the couch. I woke up and there was a glass of wine balancing in between a couch cushion, but I hadn't spilled it, so I was like, "Oh,
You're like, oh, why am
I was like,
doing
you're
this?"
pathetic, but also
But
you
amazing.
didn't spill it.
Josh, can you change this to say Gus, stop that?
Gus, stop
Just
that.
that. But yeah, it's
advise
just
Gus, stop
like a trickle to get to sleep.
That's
kind of
good.
thing.
I
Yeah.
used to have a lot of trouble with like when I was at school age. I had
Mm.
heaps of anxiety going to school. I fucking hated it.
Yep.
And I would go to bed and I would just like cry in bed for hours. And then like mum tricked me into
Pete, stop that. That should be.
Pete, stop that.
No, it's pizza.
Mum tricked me into meditating.
Wow.
I didn't fully understand what I was
Yeah.
doing, but she was like, she came up and she was like, just, you know, what you need to do is just like empty your head of thoughts.
Yeah.
Ruby's advice.
Yep.
Stop learning. Don't go to school. And I was like,
Yeah,
No, she
yeah.
was, she just kind of like taught me to listen to my own breathing. And I just do that. I can fall asleep fucking
Yeah.
anywhere, basically.
Yeah, I've heard you breathing when you sleep.
Yeah, I breathe
can't
lower.
sleep.
It's quiet before I sleep, and then I'm asleep.
Yeah.
But like that's
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, just listening to my own breathing, getting into that cycle, because I literally counting sheep helps me.
Yeah.
Like it's funny. Sleeping is so hard for some people, and I
yeah.
definitely had trouble with it at points in my life. But once you
yeah.
find something that works for you,
Totally.
it's good to latch onto it.
I'd like to try that, but I guess the problem for me, and I'm genuinely going to try this, is setting that schedule.
Yeah.
Of what's my cutoff time so I can work backwards from it? Because for
Yeah.
me,
I mean-
and many of us, it's like we just stay up too late. And it's
Totally.
silly.
The 3-2-1 of it is more the steps of it. Very rarely is it 3 hours before or two, whatever. It's more that like
Yeah,
I know
okay.
before I go to sleep, I've not touched my phone for a while,
Yeah.
and it's like it's more 3 steps, but it usually relates to hours.
Because I
as
guess
well.
if realistically, let's say, midnight, you say, I want to be in bed,
Yep.
falling asleep by midnight,
Yep.
you've got to go 3 hours back from that.
You've
like,
finished eating. Well, you're not eating food after 9, and you're not
You
like you shouldn't
You
be.
shouldn't eat after 8.
Yeah,
Because
Gus
your body's like
nibbling on a bit of butter.
If you eat after like 7 or 8,
Yeah.
it's
Who
7's
fucking
pushing it.
cares?
If you
Eat whatever you want, whenever you want.
Because what it is it's your brain telling you to like stay awake,
Yeah,
use that energy.
because it's the weird thing the
So-
brain does when you're not doing something. It's like go eat. It's like
I
no,
eat
stop.
and then lie in bed with
Yeah.
a podcast or YouTube video playing audio into my ear so I can sleep.
I'll
so
eat a whole bag of pretzels and then go to bed and be like,
Oh,
no wonder Pete's crying.
you're like good night, honey.
it's like, oh, but still, it was fucking worth it, man.
Fair enough.
So I'll try to say these things, but I'm sure nothing will happen.
No, that's an interesting one. I've never heard of that one. So
yeah. So that's my one.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
that's Will's Game of Life.
That's my game of life. Bring it in.
Peter, what's your
I'll
crying?
go
What
and
are you
I'll let
crying
Josh
about?
wrap us up. I've been watching, and I found myself. I got served. I'm going to talk about a YouTube channel. I got
love
served these
YouTube.
things like totally randomly, and I'm not subscribed to this channel. I don't subscribe to any channels on YouTube, but I get fed a lot of shit, and I keep getting fed these videos because I click on them every time. It's a YouTube channel called The Malibu Artist, and it is a guy with a drone, and he goes and he films sharks.
Yep.
And he films sharks swimming around, people just out on the beach surfing. He gets really shark. The Malibu artist. I don't think I subscribe to Backpocket. No, maybe I do. It's he kind of like when I first encountered him, he was doing
Is it dead?
No, it's not dead.
Oh,
It's
it
slow
wasn't
motion.
moving.
Yeah, it's slow motion. This is like
You know, a shark stops swimming, they dead.
Yeah. Thank you, Ruby.
not all sharks.
Yeah.
Not all sharks.
Can't go backwards.
Okay.
I can walk backwards, so that kind of means I'm
What
better
we're looking
than
at right
shark.
now is footage from this guy. When I first started watching his videos, he does voiceover of them. So he puts music to them and he talks over the top of them. And he just like, and he is self-professed, not an expert at fucking anything, but he likes going out, taking his drone to the beach and flying his camera around. And he has quite a soothing voice, and he talks about how often these experiences happen that, you know, often enough that he's filming them consistently.
I'm watching one with a dead whale on the beach being eaten by like seagulls and stuff, but it's quite beautiful from above.
It's
like,
all gorgeous. Yeah. And he is not a scientist, but he, when I first started watching him, and he's been doing it for quite a few years, he would kind of be like, I don't really know what I'm looking at here, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
And since then, he has, the channel's quite popular. And now a lot of what he says is, I still don't know anything, but I'm in contact with the local research station.
Sick.
I know that a lot of these sharks, you see the tags.
Yeah.
And it's this research station that is tracking, you know, these sharks while they're in the area. I send my footage to them. They learn things. Cool. We collaborate. You know, he's gone and done some trips now, like out to more remote locations and stuff, and taking his drone out and film stuff. And it's just like this. Every time one lands in my feed, it has me.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get my coffee and I'm gonna sit and watch this.
How
like,
good. You know what's great is that
beautiful.
it's someone discovering an application and a really cool use for drone footage because people who go out and buy a drone, myself included, you're kind of limited to what you can film. And often it is just kind of like the best looking shot from a drone is directly down as you go up really high. And you fly over your house and you get a couple of shots and it's cool, and you fly over sort of... But look, going over large masses of water like this looks amazing. And clearly he's in an area that has some amazing stuff. And he's like, I'm just going to keep doing it and getting better and better shots. Yeah. Versus like... I used it once, I got a cool shot, I put it away and never used it again. Yeah. Like, massive props to him for like actually getting this amazing footage.
He gets a lot of stuff like this, and he flies his drone over the top of sharks a lot when there's people around. To alert them to, because they hear and see the drone, right? Yeah. To alert them to the fact that there's a shark. So they start looking and they see.
Imagine the fear in your heart when you see you don't see a shark, but suddenly you see a drone over you. And you're kind of just in the right place in where I'm assuming this is America, that you're like, oh, it's because there's sharks.
Yeah. He's been talking to DJI, who he has a DJI drone. He's been talking to them about potentially getting a build for him that has an alarm that he can trigger that is a shark alert.
Wow.
But it's just shark.
Well, it totally would be that. It absolutely would be that.
Strangely enough, though, like I think people find it fascinating, Australia very much so, and the States, is how many sharks there are, how close to swimmers they often are, and how like they are not attacking people left, right, and center. It's like so, you know, majority of the time there are situations like this where they are just peacefully swimming around. It's unsettling to watch, no doubt.
I mean, for me, the fascinating thing has been, and he talks about it as well, and it's been nice getting to kind of know him as he monologues over the top of this stuff, and he talks about how he had to change batteries halfway through filming this footage, and he was freaking out because he's like, there's a kid out there on a surfboard, and he's like, this stresses me. He's never seen an attack, and he films one every fucking week. And he films like, this. He films sharks this close to people. It's crazy.
And it's not like an Attenborough thing where it's like we have to let the elephants fight each other. It's like, I think I should probably help that kid.
He's like, I was like,
let's get out of here.
And the kid's going, and you're like, you know what? Eat him. You're done. Yeah, cool.
So is your game of life?
Watch this.
Sharks?
The game of life is
suggest the channel.
Watch this channel.
The Malibu
it's
artist,
really beautiful, and if you are scared of sharks, it'll get you a really like it's a nice perspective because It's constantly showing you footage of sharks not attacking
It's
people.
a nice perspective. Really high up and
Really
far
high
away.
up.
Yeah.
But like again, I've just subscribed to them.
You
There's
went
a few
against your
channels.
recommendation.
Huh?
Oh, I don't recommend not subscribing.
Yeah.
I would never.
No, I was going to say I'm not going to suggest it now. But I've got a couple of YouTube channels that I subscribe to, which are long form, really beautifully put together, often quite obscure hobbies and things that I watch as the same way to just be like, oh, I've got a coffee. I'm like, oh, a new 28-minute video. I'm like, it's not YouTube for what it used to be. It's like, this is technically someone who's put a heap of production value and a lot of thought and care into it. So that's great.
Also,
that's really sweet.
while we're on the YouTube train, shouts out to I think it's pronounced Mini-Me or Minim-Me. Great YouTuber, Australian YouTuber that covers like really, really obscure licensed games. It
Okay, cool.
rocks.
Yeah,
It
cool. We should do
rocks.
one where we all bring our weird YouTube channels to the table.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a few.
Josh.
No,
Josh, go on.
I mean, I feel like it's not. I said I had one if we were stretched for time, but we're not really. I mean,
Come on.
Josh.
I was just gonna say, my real estate tried to blame me for something that I didn't do. So
Kill your real
I
estate
have photos from when I moved in, because when you move into a place, take 500,000 photos.
Which I don't
of
do.
everything.
Oh, I didn't do when I rented. So I'm taking that as advice for
Yeah.
other people. I didn't know you did this. Or you should do
absolutely. I mean, there's usually an entry report done by the real estate,
Yeah.
and you have to go and sign off on every single photo, basically saying, yes, I accept it in this condition.
Yep.
But take your own photos of literally everything you can see and find. So which I haven't done yet because I only got the email today. But tomorrow I'll send an email back to them and say, that's not my fault.
So you got stung, or they're trying to sting you for things that they are blaming.
You can prove are not your fault.
Well, it was there when it's just like a stain on
It's
the
like that
carpet,
when I got
basically.
here.
Yeah, it was there when I got there. So yeah.
But now you've got a small window of time to really fuck the place up and be like,
That clearly wasn't me.
that was me.
No.
No, that's
not
how it
really.
works.
They still have photos of everything.
Photos.
And
it's not like you
From the second you
Josh,
move in
get
to the
yourself a
second
drone.
you move
Yeah.
out,
well, yeah.
take
Make
photos
yourself
of
some butter.
everything.
Make yourself some butter with that
fix
drone.
yourself some butter.
Yeah.
That's a good. That's
It's a
really good
genuine
advice.
piece of
Yeah.
advice, and
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
the only thing of actual merit for this.
Yeah, the game of life.
The game of life.
I disagree. I think I
Yeah.
That was the game of life, and that was also our show for this week. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you, everyone on the couches tonight, for bringing your knowledge, bringing your fun, bringing your chaos, all the things that we bring. And thank you guys for supporting the show as well. Coming up next, for those at the correct tier, is, of course, the post-show.
Correct tier. That's what we should rename it to.
The correct
The
tier.
right tier.
Peter, one last time, sponsored by Loki Cat. Good timing. Thank you to Loki Cat for sponsoring the post show. We have a little chat for a little longer on the YouTube private channel at the correct tier, so you'll get a link from that over in the Discord. And you can come and join us. Loki Cat, as usual, lover of cockatiels and fine Scotch whiskey. So we like to describe him as some wanky tasting notes. And Josh, if I can get my close up and some fine whiskey tasting music this week, Loki Cat is mellowing the maturing spirit and imparting warming layers of vanilla spiciness. Loki Cat is then moved to a Spanish oak ex Oloso sherry cask for an additional 9 months to increase his complexity. Then he brings fruity, honeyed depths to the resulting taste. Loki Cat is an excellent introduction to the maturer tastes for your collection, and he would also make the perfect gift for a loved one or enemy. I added the enemy. Thank you, Loki Cat.
That was very play school
It's
coded.
not. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, this music is no bizarre.
Yeah.
There's a lot of jazz in the show.
Yeah, that's true.
And this just says jazz in.
Jazz in.
Jazzin'.
Jazzin'.
There's one here called
Anybody
Red.
jazzing
Sorry,
off, right?
let's try this one. There's one here called Red
Once
Lipstick.
before
This
bed.
is- yeah.
Thanks to Will's advice.
Only once.
That's it. We'll round out the show with that one. And we'll say thank you to everyone. We're going to do the credits, of course, as well.
Before we do the credits, can I? Because someone made a point about Game of Life wasn't sponsored by anyone. There is a vacancy.
There is.
Yes.
If you're interested in sponsoring a segment and would like to have own a segment of the show, please jump onto Patreon and have a look and see if it's worth your time. It definitely would help us out and keep us making this show.
it's the even more correct tier.
The most
Some might
correct
say. The
tier.
most correct tier.
If you
I
do
just wanna
it,
say,
I'll
if
draw
you-
you a beast.
If you are on the
Yeah,
Patreon
does
at
that
a lower
work?
tier,
Sorry, what was that, Josh?
if you are on the Patreon at a lower tier, it's not the incorrect tier. Just want to appreciate our lower tiered patron
Every tier is
In
rad.
fact, if you're watching on Twitch right now and haven't even been to the Patreon, you can join our Patreon now for $0.
Yes.
Patreon are rolling out, and we're part of the first phase of the rollout. The ability to just subscribe to the channel to the Patreon, and so you can see all of the free content. It appears on that feed for you, so it's a nice place to see. Ben's putting newsletters up every week.
Yep.
There's a bunch of content that's going out there that you wouldn't see on the Discord or on Twitch or anything like that. So you can sign up and not spend any money, and even just being there, it's a good place to be to see a bunch of the content that we make. So
Yeah.
Sounds good way to get like email updates for when we post stuff as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Ben's putting up those posts which have everything we're doing in them. So there's links to all of those in there as well. They will send you the things that you'll need to be at possibly a higher tier on the Patreon, but it's a great way to know stuff you might want to be interested in, and then you can check it all out. It's a little taster.
If you sponsor this what's it called? Segment?
Yeah.
I'll draw you a little freak.
That is...
Yeah.
I'll draw you as a little freak.
I'll draw you as a little freak.
Wow.
There it is.
How about that?
It's not on the little note, but we're going to add it here.
We're going to add it right now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We're also going to read the credits right now, and we're just going to go around the room, and everyone's going to do their own voice because we always come up with something for these. Ruby, you'll be doing that weird, scary Russian voice you were doing at the top of the episode. Peter, you'll be doing Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie.
Wow.
You'll be doing, Will, that Gandalf or whatever was going on
Whatever
there.
that was, yeah.
What
are you going to do? Old-timey? There's something weird.
Old-timey's normal.
Do your pie eating.
Do my pie voice.
Yeah, do your pie voice.
My tradie voice.
Your tradie voice.
Easy.
Did you mean when I talked like Scooby-Doo or
No, you did like a sort of like you like angry, forceful Russian
so
one.
the mods?
Go for it.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
The mods got syntax error. Liz Dahlia, Sith Cards, Phoenix Olio, Disturbed 778, Jax, Tabus, What the Shark, Nel XD, Lord Shadimar.
Peter.
Oh,
you fucking
Will. I gotta find where it ends.
Apress Baker, Honey Bun Bun.
But lubricated, we are robots.
Foot Severer, Moth Captain.
Really?
The remover of foot from Gus's mouth, babbling buff.
That's a good one to do. Milner Wheeler, now fucking XD.
Back Pocket, Legal Team, Puri Puri.
Scotty Grumer, Glowing Light.
Best eyes, great boy. It's Jepp.
Bad Boy.
Oh my god.
EvilSpyBoy.
I don't even know where that one was. Scotty Feeder?
Scotty Feeder, Super Studios.
Josh, angry at your tenant. Go for it.
Angry. Oh shit. Pitch Perfecta MiddleCee. You better clean that carpet stain up.
Because cable guy. Ballsy.
Designer of worlds, Timothy.
Oh my god.
He's hot boy.
Coastal City.
Remove sassy less.
Houseband, Muso for Hype.
And of course, when I need them the most, Bird Supervisor, Lukey Cat. He's quite cool.
That was amazing.
Quite cool.
Well done, everyone. And again, thank you to everyone for watching our show. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, different people potentially. Thank you again, especially to everyone who supports the show on Patreon. Please, if you can, share this show with your friends, your family. Send them links, send them clips, send them the socials. Ways to do that and get them interested in it as well. You can head to backpocket.gg for links to everything. You can check out the Discord. You can check out the socials. There's the Redbubble store. And again, please go and check out all those socials and see all the fun stuff we did, including which Pokemon we would fuck. That was the one we did today. We're very sorry, Mum. What happened there?
Can you do that in terms of service?
Something happened there?
What happened? I did.
No, we're okay. We're okay.
That's fine. We'll be all right.
We've done worse.
For those at the golden tier, we'll be up next with the post show. But for now, that was chaotic. Let's back it out, everyone. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.